My name is James Rowlands. In 2015, I teamed up with my friend Dan White to create the WNR podcast. Since then, we have been giving you everything that's happened on the WWE Network. Now, in 2018, not only are we live for the Big Four events and every NXT takeover, but we celebrate 20 years since the birth of the Attitude Era. Plus, every month we'll bring you 205 Live, collections, new content, W pay-per-views and latest news on the WWE Network. Until we have watched everything, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always I'm joined by
Dan White.
And today it's WNR179, it's WWE Hell in the Cell 2018. But before we do anything, let's start with the alternate intro. And the week just gone, of course, it was September 11th, which is, a horrible time in the history of not only just America, but everyone who, remembers that event or saw it, and people have born since. And we're going to start the alternate intro with a quote. America's heart has been wounded, but its spirit shines as a beacon of freedom. That never has been nor ever will be extinguished. And that was Vince McMahon. Hashtag never forget. He retweeted that. That was his tweet sent out on September 11th, 2001. But we are here for Hell in a Cell, and let's cheer everybody up here. Dan, it is Hell in a Cell. Are you looking forward to the event?
I am indeed, yeah. There's a few good matches lined up on the cards, and hopefully a good couple of personal feuds going into that as well.
Yeah, no, it should be good. On kickoff, we've got the coach who's taken over from Renee Young now, Peter Rosenberg, David Utunga, and Paige with her new lips. What do you think of Paige's new lips?
They look different.
They don't look right, do they? They look a bit weird. But we are in San Antonio, Texas here, and we are. What better way to kick off than with kickoff? So we're going to start off, and it is the SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line. It's New Day versus Rusev Day. We've just seen them come out, and that was quite a funny interaction then, Dan, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yes. The New Day was doing their usual shtick, and they was going to sing a song, but they got interrupted by the Sultan of Shakespeare, Aiden English. Then they had a bit of a cough-off battle.
New Day or Rusev Day in this match, and of course we do predictions. And Dan, do you want to explain to everybody what prediction leagues are?
Yes, we've got 3 prediction leagues. We've got NXT, we've got bonus, and we've got WWE pay-per-views. Currently, for a quick score update, NXT is 3-all.
Yeah.
On bonus leagues, I am winning 10-9, and on pay-per-views, it is 6-all. So overall, I am winning by 1.
Yes, and it's so close. Like, so we've got the Mae Young Classic, where all the bonus points are going to, of course, NXT TakeOver events. But it's all about pay-per-views now. So let's open up our predictions that we've got in our hands. And Dan, seeing as it's match 1, who have you gone first in predictions?
I have gone for a turn of fate.
And new tag team champions, Rusev Day.
You've gone Rusev Day in this one. I got to tell you, I have gone for New Day. I'm a bit surprised by Rusev Day, Dan. Why have you gone Rusev Day in this one?
I just think where they're so hot, they've had, their little bit of friction, but they've kind of worked things out. So, they're going to be stronger than ever going into this pay-per-view. Rusev's learned that he can't live without Aiden English. And the New Day, I think they're on the decline. As we mentioned a little while ago, they've been around for a good time. Is it, perhaps their time to go?
Well, this is the thing. I think with a New Day, there's a chance that the group could go or go separate ways without really breaking up. And I think it'd be nice if we saw a group doing that in WWE as opposed to kind of fighting each other all the time as they did. I really do like Rusev Day, and I like Aiden English and Rusev. I think the personalities work together. The whole Rusev Day gimmick, how hot was it a couple of months ago? And over time, the WWE just kind of squandered it, haven't they? In that kind of way. I know Rusev had a WWE title opportunity, but still it felt like they weren't 100% getting behind him. With New Day, I've gone for them in this one because they're a safe pair of hands, and until you have your next tag team that are going to take them forward, I think the New Day are a lot like compared to like Edge for a world champion or something like that. Somebody give the title to until you give it to your next big star, someone like that. And I feel with New Day, they are just. I'm not bored of them, but it is the same thing week in, week out, isn't it? But I have got New Day in this one. Build up to this match. I mean, there's not really been much build up, to be fair, to this one.
Well, there was a tag team turmoil match or a little tag team tournament, which the New Day won, which Rusev Day won.
All right, so at least there's a reasoning for this match, because I know the Bar are facing the winners of this in Australia, I do believe. I mean, we should really talk about the match at this moment in time. It's kind of been Rusev dominating with his power alongside Aiden English, but Big E's just got the hot tag in.
Aiden English also got a tag in, and but Big E is certainly cleaning house, and he's gyrating over Aiden English as he looks for a big splash.
Oh, hits it all there, and now trying to clap along, New Day.
So, do you know what the pre-show match was last year?
No, what was the pre-show last
It was a tag team match, and it is your favourite team that are no longer together, and that is the Hype Bros.
No, right.
Going against Ben Gable.
Wow.
Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
How the mighty fall, no
yes,
sign
well,
of...
Chad Gable's certainly fallen.
No, I was talking about Mojo not even having a storyline at the moment. At least Chad Gable's in a story. There's something going on Raw at the moment in time.
Yeah, if you call it that.
Yeah. Rusev, though, just hit the match kick. We might have new tag team champions here. No, Biggie managing to kick out. Rusev looking frustrated. Of course, Lana at ringside with him. Well, I mean, do you think the tag team division's improved in a year? I mean, we had people like Ben Gable and the Hype Bros. What about Rusev Day? Do you think they're a step up?
I certainly think it's going in the right direction. We haven't seen the resurgence of sanity yet in the tag team division. We've got New Day who are always a constant. I think this is kind of a step down from last year. They was actually in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, they was on the main card, weren't they? And that was a hell. No pun intended. It was a hell of a match. Aiden English just got the blind tag in. Biggie seemed to be dominating English there. It's taken it up a level. Of course, let's not forget former tag team champion with the Vaudevillains. But we don't really see him diving high that much.
Face first DDT. 1, 2. Oh, but Big E managed to get the shoulder up at 2.
2.
But then, as Big E kind of gone into himself, he was a heavy for Dolph Ziggler.
Well, that's the thing with Big E. There is potential there, and we can see what he can do in the ring. We just saw that with the middle rope spear there, the apron spear. But Aiden English is up top.
Big E moves out of the way. Aiden English rolls through. Blind tag by Kofi.
Oh, now Big E picking out Aiden English in powerbomb. Oh!
Double foot stomp with the assist from Big E. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, but English managing to save the match for Rusev Day and kicking out.
Oh. Well, Aiden English has shown his toughness and shown what it means to him. He wants to become W champion. Rusev Day. It's a battle of the days here, so we don't have that often.
Is it a New Day or is it the Rusev Day?
I'm not sure at this moment in time, but it looks like Kofi might have trouble in paradise for Aiden English. No, English picks him up on his shoulders. Kofi rolls behind. Rusev gets a tag in.
Oh, just plucks Kingston out of the sky and throws him. Well, attempts out, but Kingston hangs on. Now Kofi's going to go flying.
Now, how many times does Kofi save himself for the Royal Rumble? That comes into play there, doesn't it? As he comes running now towards Big E.
The assist. Oh, but he gets caught with a Machka kick. English plants Big E face first into the mat and the hard part of the apron.
And now it's Rusev's day. Is there a chance? Big E's down.
Come on, Rusev.
Kofi seems to be out with that kick.
Machka kick.
Oh, but
English with a tag in. There's a bit of miscommunication between the two. English is saying, look, just get on with it.
I think Rusev wanted to maybe, finish this, maybe the accolade. Dives off second rope, misses.
Aiden English dives off, hits it. Oh, but Kingston managing to kick out.
Oh.
Could that second in lapse have changed the pivot of the match?
I think so. I mean, Rusev looked like he was going to be accolade and done. English now looking for the tag, but Rusev's knocked off the ring. I like the fact Lana's got Happy Lana Day. I like that t-shirt.
Well, English crush.
Well, we haven't seen this before. Oh, he's got it in.
Tap, Kingston, tap.
Tag team champions.
Now, come on, ref. Yes.
Oh.
Make him tap.
Rusev stops Big E.
Tap. He's tapping.
He's not tapping.
He's tapped.
No, he didn't. He's reaching for the mat. Oh.
Hangs English up. Rusev, why are you coming in? You could have got the tag in. You'd have been hot.
Well, Rusev comes running in. Misses it. Oh.
Trouble in paradise. Not like this, Aiden.
Goes for the cover. Big E stopping him. 2, 3. Yes. New Day retain. My word.
Oh my.
What a lively opener there. I think the match, I don't think it was a bad match, to be fair. Nice way to start between the two. You can see Rusev's frustrated there by English getting involved the way he did. But I think all in all, I think it's a good effort by all four men. I could have done with a little bit longer, but obviously it's a kickoff show.
Well, it was a solid match by two solid teams and two reliable teams as well. They're always going to pull it out. They're always going to bring a bit of drama and, extravagance into the event as well.
But it was close, so let's hope Rusev Day do get another chance, and the New Day are tag team champions for now, but for how long can they hold on to it, There's only one other funny thing in Kick, and Alexa Bliss, your woman, was being interviewed by all of them, and then David Utunga went to ask a question, she just went, no, not having it. She walked away and left Utunga just looking like a bit of a prick. But anyway, that is it from Kickoff. After that, prediction-wise, not a great start for you, Dan, but hey, there's still another 7 matches to go. 1-0 to me as we start the main show and the opening promo.
There is something inside us all. Something that scares us, tortures us, and begs to be freed. They are our demons.
Charlotte Flair had stolen my spotlight for the last time.
This isn't a game where everyone gets a trophy.
They're afraid of the hardest hitting couple in WWE.
The It Couple. I am going to expose you for what you really are. Cowards.
Nothing's gonna save you from the beatdown I'm gonna give you. I'm taking my title back.
On my worst day, I'm still the best.
Look in the eyes of Ronda like a woman possessed.
Oh, Wendy. I'll be your new daddy.
You crossed the line. A line that a real man doesn't cross.
The Styles family have started to take my threats seriously. This version of Jeff Hardy is the career that I'm going to end.
Randy Orton, you're going to hell, and I'm coming with you inside hell in a cell.
Set them free.
We're gonna go to war in a place we've never done it before. At Hell in a Cell, I'm getting that Universal Championship. I didn't win this title to just stand in the ring and hold it. I'm here to defend it. When that door slams shut, I'll be locked inside with them as a special referee. I do it for the
Tonight, there is no turning back. Surrender to evil and allow your demons to take over. Welcome to Hell in a Cell.
What do you think of the opening promo to this?
Well, it is all centred around Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, wasn't it? It's like they're both devils in the cell, but which one is more devilish? Is it the monster among devils, or is it the big dog devil?
Well, this is the thing, and I don't like the poster and the artwork that we have seen. It does look a bit goofy. But I think the production value for the video is a lot better than we've seen in recent times, you know. And we did see a few of the other matches that we're going to see, the Orton, the Hardy match, and of course Charlotte and Lynch, which kind of makes it feel a little bit bigger. And there was something about Hell in a Cell that they get right at this moment. The card is very slimline. You know the match is going to get a lot of time, aren't you? But like I say, we're in San Antonio, Texas. And we start off, and Dan, it is your man. It's Randy Orton.
It is indeed, yes, but, you know, something that stands out more than that, and that is the red Hell in a Cell. What are your thoughts on the red cell?
Well, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, it's obviously given it a paint job. They changed the structure a couple of years ago, didn't they, making it kind of taller. I don't even know if it's even taller than that now, but...
they strengthened it as well.
It looks all right, actually. It looks all right. But maybe a little bit... confusing if you're a SmackDown superstar. If it was a Raw pay-per-view, then maybe you'd be like, oh yeah, I can understand that. You're not going to plate the chamber blue, are you? But still, we've got Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, or Telmon Todd Phillips on the commentary team as Randy Orton's out here. And you've been looking forward to this match, Dan, haven't you? You know?
I have, yeah. It's been about a month, 2 months in the making. You know, Orton has he's returned. He singled out Jeff Hardy. He said, look, you know, Jeff Hardy is everything he wants to eradicate from this business. You know, he dresses up. He does high-risk moves. You know, it's what Orton wants to get rid of. And hopefully, you know, one step at a time, Orton can regain his title back at the top of the pile.
Yeah, I think a heel turn for Orton, you know, definitely kind of more main event than he was as a face. And like I said, coming back and destroying Jeff Hardy. You know, originally for the US title, you know, Nakamura got involved and won the US title. And, of course, his pay-per-view streak now has been broken ever since he debuted the night after Mania. He's been on pay-per-view, and it took a United States title for him not to. So this has kind of been more focused, like I said, a more personal rivalry between Jeff and Randy Orton. Do you know this is Randy Orton's 7th Hell in a Cell match coming into this?
Wow, you know, he must only be eclipsed by The Undertaker and Triple H.
Yeah, there's a couple. I think John Cena as well got the same number. How many Hell in a Cell matches does Jeff Hardy has?
This is his second.
This is his very first Hell in a Cell match.
First ever. Gosh.
You think about the experience going into it that Orton's going to have over Jeff Hardy, even though Jeff Hardy's been around, you know, longer than Orton in that way. Jeff's always wanted a Hell in a Cell match. I expect something crazy here tonight. I'm not sure it's going to be Mick Foley-esque, you know what I mean? But I am looking forward to this one. Prediction-wise, it is me, isn't it?
It's you.
It's me.
If you haven't gone for Randy Orton, you can just leave this podcast now.
Well, Dan, I think you'll be happy to know I, of course, have gone Randy Orton in this match.
How can you not?
No, I don't think it's that much of a surprise now.
I have gone for Jeff to lose. Now, Randy Orton, but underneath I put Jeff does something big and misses.
So that's how Orton will win this match.
Whether he gets caught in an RKO or whether he just fucks up for himself. Because, you know, he's been known to fuck things up. I remember Survivor Series in a cage match against the Dudleys.
Yes, yeah.
And Matt had escaped. Jeff was on top, ready to escape. Goes for his losers.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine Orton being on the announce table, Jeff going all the way up to the top of the cell, trying to swanton and missing that out and almost killing himself in the process.
John Cena coming back and pulling him off the announce table.
yeah. Much like we had last year.
Fucking hell, that is high.
Well, that must be at least 30 feet high.
It's got to be at least 40 to 50 foot high.
it is very,
but
very
are
cool.
we going to be seeing Jeff Hardy or are we going to be seeing Brother Nero?
Sure. I mean, what character do you think best suits this match?
I think Randy Orton. No, I'd say Brother Nero. You know, we've not experienced him in the WWE. It's something new. But then it'd be something new to Nero and Jeff.
Yeah.
So...
But who can adapt to it better? You know, like I say, with Jeff, high risk in Hell in a Cell, it's not going to play to your advantage because there's so many other different factors of getting hurt. You know, we talk about Orton's experience, especially the way he's been recently. You know, I don't feel right for Jeff being locked inside with Orton because Orton is sadistic, and this is one of the things we've seen over time from him, especially being in Hell. He seems to almost want this, seems to enjoy it. I mean, you're a big Orton fan. He's got laser focused in his eyes tonight, hasn't he? You know,
he has. Yes, you know, this is a match, as you say, he's been in 7 times. This is Jeff Hardy's virginal matches. Yeah, Jeff's been around longer.
Jeff has, you know, he's more versed with tools and weapons and toys, but you know, once Randy Orton gets something in his mind, he has to follow through on it.
No, I agree with you there. And I think we talk about keys. I think with Jeff, it is trying to use the cell as an advantage and try and use everything you can as a weapon to try and stop Randy Orton, because Orton's going to want to keep him close, isn't he? You know, this is the thing about Orton's going to be wanting to keep him close and pick him apart literally, whereas Jeff is going to have to try and use everything he can as a friend. Already he's on the apron, Jeff is.
Well, we've seen Randy Orton, you know, trying to just physically and mentally and emotionally hurt Jeff Hardy. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again tonight.
Well, this is the thing. Jeff just goes into the side of the cell, and we saw Orton trying to rip the ear off, you know, a few weeks back. And in this cell, it's possible the ear can come clean off. And I know it's horrible, but this is what it's about, you know.
Well, Mick Foley had a tooth go through his lip and out his nose.
We've seen the amount of injuries or how many, you know, careers it shortens. You know, you look at Rikishi back in 2000, he went off the cell, and then he had to retire a couple of years later. You know, Shawn Michaels, it definitely shortened his career up to the point back then. So, you know, all these superstars who go in there definitely pay the price.
That fucking belt's going to hurt.
Jeff sends Orton into the side of the cage, and then Orton just goes straight back into the ring post as well. And Jeff's already getting the table out.
Well, it's one of Jeff's toys. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a ladder comes out into play at some point as well, if they can fit one underneath there.
Well, you talked about the kickoff match earlier, and last year, the start of the show, we talked about it as well, was Usos versus The New Day. Randy Orton actually defeated Rusev last year, weirdly enough, as well. It was just a singles match at some point, but hey.
So who's gone up? You know, Rusev's in a tag team with Aiden English. Of course, unsuccessful in their attempt at capturing the gold. And Orton's in a very personal feud with Jeff Hardy, and he just had a table slid into his midsection from a baseball slide via Jeff Hardy.
I mean, you know, love him or hate him, we mentioned him on controversial characters, didn't we, Randy Orton? But he is, especially with a heel turn, he's more relevant now than he has been, you know. Still, I would say a lot of time left with Randy Orton, stuff that we could still see, you know. Whereas someone like John Cena, you think, or maybe he's got a few matches left in him. With Orton, you can see another run at the World Championship, you know. And I hate saying that, but you could see this match being for the WWE title, and I don't think it would be out of place. There is the power of these two guys, you know.
Oh, Jeff's got himself a ladder from under the ring. Oh, Orton had a chair in his hands, but not quick enough to thwart the attacks of Hardy.
No, they're using everything that is there at the moment. We've got a table, we've got a ladder, and chairs. Oh my.
And a cell.
And a cell. TLCC.
But Orton's up after taking 3 shots to the midsection, and he just strikes Jeff across the back with a chair. Slows his momentum down.
Well, what's scary is how much punishment both these men can take as well. You know, we've seen it in the past with these two. But again, credit to Orton. You know they're going to give each other hell inside this cell.
Can't wait to see what Bobby Roode has to offer in this. No, sorry, no, sorry. I didn't mean that.
Well, Orton at the moment just taking his time on Jeff.
So do you think Orton's being punished for his alleged misdemeanours that has happened backstage?
Being on pay-per-view? No, I don't think he is really. I think
do you think Bobby Roode's being punished for
I think Bobby Roode's being punished for what Randy Orton did. Yeah, I'd be a fair.
Allegedly did. Yeah. You know, there's no proof as to what happened. But Orton's looking for an RKO over the chair. Oh, but Jeff pushes him through into the cell.
And now that chair's set up, and Jeff going to come running at Orton.
Ooh, whisper in the wind. Is that it? Poetry in motion. Chair-assisted poetry in motion. And just trying to delete.
Just trying to get the fans behind him. Trying to delete Randy Orton.
Yeah, many people have tried, mate.
Many people have stopped Buddy as well.
Was it 13, 14-time heavyweight champion?
Yeah, 13.
Multiple-time Royal Rumble winner.
Well, Jeff with a mule kick sending Orton back in the corner.
Cardiac arrest.
And Jeff brings Orton into the middle of the ring, goes for the cover.
2. Oh, but Randy managing
2. Well, Jeff going up top, but again, Orton recovering. Managing to stop Jeff in his tracks. And now Orton going up.
Looking for a superplex. Oh, wrenches Jeff's neck through.
He made sure he hit that then, didn't he? Well, you think about all the punishment Jeff Hardy has taken in TLC matches, like I said, in cage matches.
Well, funny you should mention that, because I was watching the Royal Rumble 2000 last night, table match against the Dudleys. And you see Jeff running the barricade and just going bang, face first into a table.
Who would have thought he would be the last one standing out of the 6? You know what I mean? Like, out of everybody, Jeff probably took the most punishment in all those matches, in TLC matches, and yet he's the only one wrestling on pay-per-view at this moment in time. And I know people might say, oh, Bully's doing stuff, but not at kind of this level, you know?
No.
Like, Jeff is still putting his body on the line. It's unbelievable.
Bubba Ray at All In.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I'm not, you know, it's a little bit different, isn't it?
It's not WWE.
This is Hell in a Cell. We're going to get Randy Orton, damn it.
Well, so, as you put it like that, he is going against Randy Orton, I agree. That's Whisper in the Wind.
Whisper in the Wind.
Goes for a cover.
Oh.
But Orton still managing to stay in it and kicking out.
Oh.
What has Jeff got to do to put Orton away?
Well, he's got to do a lot, you know. Like we talked about, Orton's pain threshold and toughness is there to see as well. You don't become a 13-time world champion if you can't take a beating every once in a while.
But again, you know, Orton, he doesn't take uncalculated risks.
And this is the thing that Jeff does. So, yeah, at a point in time, it might sound silly, but he might be taking a little bit of a beating and just waiting for the Jeff Hardy to make a mistake, you know?
Well, but as my butler, Alfred Pennyworth, taught me, if you're going against a big guy, you let them wear themselves out first.
Well, this is El Roper, though, isn't it? Going back, even back to Muhammad Ali and Jeff setting up the ladder the wrong way.
It's upside down, Jeff.
Jeff, you know, I better climb it, mate.
You can't get the title climbing it like that, mate.
Even though there is no title. Personal. And it's not a ladder match. But Jeff is trying to suplex Orton.
Orton's blocking it, though.
This is going to be...
Blocks a second attempt, knee to the midsection.
No! Oh!
Face first on Hardy and a ladder, and it just collapses and then folds in on him.
Well, his guts just got raked down then.
And that's just woken Orton up.
There's one thing Orton loves doing, and that's inflicting punishment.
So Voices tells him, we're going to see an extravagant RKO. I'd love that.
Well, Orton doesn't... Like he talks about Orton with the wrist. You don't really see him hitting that many ones like that. It's usually waiting for the guy to come down to him, you know.
Well, it was Jeff. Oh, with the... yeah.
You know, but Orton's like, you know, he doesn't normally climb up or...
But then he's scouted that his opponent,
yeah,
you know, and he knows he's like, yep, he's going to springboard at some point. I'll catch him on that, or you know, he's going to try and hit the curb stomp, and I'll flip him up from that.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it. But it would be good to see Orton doing that. But like you talk about, Orton doesn't really take a lot of risks, and it's credit to him to still be around.
Well, he's capitalised on Jeff's risk. You know, Jeff turned the ladder upside down, looking to suplex Orton. Orton's like, right, turn it into this. You know, he's not climbing a ladder, he's beating him with a chair.
Yeah, exactly. So
simple, effective.
And this is what Orton brings, and it's just fault now that he's locked inside this cell with Randy Orton, who's got a chair who could do anything to Jeff at this moment in time.
Chairs aren't effective as they used to be.
No. But it's legal as a headlock at this moment in time.
So he's ripping the shirt off your opponent.
Yep. And he's just trying to... That extra protection maybe Jeff's got. And Orton just swinging the chair to Jeff's back.
Saying that, though, in that table match, unprotected chair shots. Yeah. Just brutal.
Well, luckily we don't see unprotected chair shots anymore.
But he's got Hardy's belt. Is he going to whip him with it? You see the damage that belt does.
Well, this is the funny thing about it, is that with belts, you know, people go, oh, how'd you make it sound so good? It's because they're actually getting belted, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like with the Singapore canes and kendo sticks. People are actually getting hit. That's why it hurts. That's why you're going to see marks and you're going to see welts and stuff like this. This is all...
No, it's not the welts. That's a studded belt. You see Orton's back after this match.
But this is all... I'm saying, but this is all real... This is all real stuff here, you know.
Yeah.
The ladders and the chairs, it's real impact. They are putting themselves in punishment. They're not like stunt tables or whatever it is.
Now Orton's taking a page out of Jeff's book and he's setting up the ladders the wrong way.
And Orton putting Jeff's head through that ladder. This is bad.
Sadistic.
Oh my God, Norton's got Jeff stuck.
Hardy's trapped in there.
And with his makeup on, looks like his eyes are open.
No, he's doing this sadistic, strategic stomp.
You always like this, didn't you?
I do. It makes you worry about your foot and then he stomps on your hand. Is that right?
I thought we would have done something better than that. I thought we were going to like jump off get a chair and start wailing on the ladder. But he's picking apart Jeff Hardy at this moment in time. I don't think the red is as good as visual as the actual kind of cell colour. I don't know what you think about that. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at, but I think it kind of plays in with a backdrop. It's a change.
Well, the thing is, it's Satan's structure, isn't it? It's all about demons and stuff like that this year. So I suppose this is why they kind of shown it to be, red as in hell. As Jeff is fighting back now.
Orton reverses an Irish whip attempt, but Hardy comes out of a clothesline.
And Jeff got Orton.
Inverted atomic drop. Leg drop between the legs. Slow blow ref.
Anything legal. Drop kick to the face. Jeff for the cover. But Orton gets his shoulder up at 2. Well, it has been back and forth. Orton or Jeff Hardy haven't been in ascendancy for too long, have they? It's only been a couple of minutes and then it switches again.
But, that is the good storytelling. It's normally, Orton's on top, Jeff's on top, takes a risk, fucks up, Orton's back on top, and then power changes like that.
Yeah. Now, which is good sometimes with Orton matches, I'm going to say. A bit slow. Twist of fate attempt. Orton pushed him away low.
Oh, that's spinning power slam. Hardy managing to kick out.
Well, that was Orton-esque, that was. As he goes for the cover again. And Jeff gets his shoulder up again.
What's Orton going to do now? What more tools or toys? What more toys has he got to play with?
No, still chair. I think he's happy with that. He grabs a ladder instead.
Not happy with that. What's he looking for? Oh, toolbox.
And you talk about toys or tools. You look for his tools. And what do we have in the toolbox now? I mean, what weapons could we use?
Tools.
Like what?
Well, Orton's weapon of choice is a screwdriver.
Wow.
We've got spanners, wrenches, hammers, spoke shaves, planes, measuring gauges, squares, set squares, bevels, sliding edge bevels, Stanley knives.
And he's got the long pointy thing.
Saws, hacksaws, coping saws.
Oh.
2x4s.
But he's got the long pointy thing. And
it's called a screwdriver,
Screwdriver,
James.
sorry. He's gonna stab Jeff Hardy.
He's going to go for his neck. Jab him in the jugular. It's legal.
Well, this ain't right. Jeff's stuck.
He's got his finger in Hardy's hole.
Oh, my God. Right in his ear.
Oh, yeah.
His ear, Dan. His ear.
It's in his hole.
And he's got a screwdriver. He's going to try and take... Oh, my God. Oh!
He's going to he's going to rip it.
Oh, my God.
Tell me that's a fake here.
What the hell are we seeing here?
Oh, he's twisting it. Oh,
my God.
Dear.
That's a man's ear, goddammit.
Oh, he's twisting it again.
This is not right. This is sick.
This is Orton.
This is meant to be PG.
Pretty gruesome.
And Orton now is going to get stabbed in the eye. No.
Oh, wow. He gets a low blow instead. As Jeff's got a new earring.
Oh, my God.
He stretched Jeff Hardy out big time there.
That is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Oh, my God. Now Orton's in trouble. He's got the belt now. He's just whipping round the Orton. And Jeff's like, I don't want to feel that again.
Delivers a chair shot to the back of Orton. And Orton's punch drunk. He's
busted open on his back.
Oh, my God.
That's a fucking belt.
And that's the damage you ever see the belt can do. It's like studded as well.
Studded belt, yeah.
Jeff going for the cover, but Orton somehow gets showed up at 2.
Look
at the ear, that's bad, man.
Orton's got a bleeding back, man.
No, come on now. Jeff just nearly had his ear taken off by Randy Orton.
Orton has been busted open.
And now Jeff going up.
RKO.
Hey, look at the finish this.
Oh. Crutches Jeff on top.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with these two. They're giving us a kind of brutal match where it's not like busted wide open or stuff like that, but we are seeing some fucked up shit in this one. For now.
Orton's going to that place.
Oh my God, look at the state of Orton's back.
I know. Suspension, DDT. More sadistic than Tomato Tromper.
Well, I tell you something, referee might have to stop this soon. The punishment that both men are inflicting on each other. Oh.
Orton's going to finish this.
It's looking that way.
The best RKO's come out of nowhere, but Jeff Hardy's going to see this one face to face.
Well, Orton's going through a lot of pain as he goes down to go for the RKO. He is struggling, but Jeff slowly gets to his feet.
Oh, Hardy fights off. Twist of fate.
And Jeff's not pinning him.
He's kicking a chair instead.
And he places it on Orton.
It's going to hurt Jeff.
Oh my God,
And
Jeff
Andy.
going up.
Swanton bomb on the chair on Orton. Goes for the cover. One, two. Oh, but Randy managing to kick out.
Oh.
I thought it was all over then. I was just about to throw my phone at you.
Well, he hits the Swanton, hits his finisher on the chair on Orton, but somehow Orton survives that. Is that Jeff's best shot now?
I think it is. Jeff just hasn't that place that Orton does.
Oh my God, look at Orton busted open on his leg.
Yeah, fuck knows what happened there, look.
Oh my God, proper
Gashed
ripped.
open.
Must have been the chair, the impact on the leg. Oh my God, Orton's all broken, but Jeff's not finished yet.
He's got a huge ladder there.
We've seen a couple of ladders, but just not big enough. And now Jeff is getting another table.
Has Jeff got all his faculties about him?
Well, I don't know, Jeff's taking his time, but he thinks Orton's out. But like we talked about, maybe at the very beginning of this, Jeff going that extra mile to make sure Orton is out of it, rather than maybe just hitting another Swanton bomb.
Fuck knows what Jeff's doing here, though.
Well, no, he's setting up the big ladder, and he's setting up the little ladder.
And he's setting up a table.
Well, Jeff saying delete, delete, delete. Orton's back to his feet. Oh,
Another twist of fate.
standing on the table. Oh my God. And Jeff just punching away.
Jeff's going to go for it all.
Well, Jeff climbing a little ladder. And now moving on to the big one. Oh my God.
Oh, he's going to do that leapfrog thing.
And he's going to leapfrog across, but he's looking up at the cell.
I think he's too high.
And now he's on top of that ladder.
Oh, shit.
Look how high he is. He can almost reach the top of the cell, and he's got the top of the cell. And Jeff now, oh my God.
Orton's going to hit an RKO.
He's like
Go
an
on, son.
hanging.
Oh, Orton moves. Hardy goes through the table face first. Fucking hell.
That's it, he's dead.
Well, ref's calling for EMTs.
Trainers, referees down, and Orton saying, no, wait a minute.
The match hasn't finished. Anything goes in Hell in a Cell.
And Orton saying, no.
Do your job.
Do your job, go for the cover. Come on, ref.
Count it, ref.
It'll be over.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. A brutal, bloody Hell in a Cell match there. You can see the cell's already lifted because they're trying to get the EMTs down. Dan, what are your thoughts on that match?
There was no fucking RKO. This match had everything but RKO. No, it was a fucking brutal match. You know, again, it's one of these personal feuds. And, you know, again, it was between two veterans of the game, two blokes, you know, that know this business inside out. They know how to deliver a great match. And this one, yeah, you know, it was the personal feud that I love to see.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of tricks you can do in matches to kind of make them seem brutal, you know, like I say, busted wide open, a lot of heavy spots there. But, I mean, that ear thing is going to live with me for a very long time. It's so innovative, I can't say the word. It was so well put together in that way where obviously Jeff said, oh, we can do this with this, and Orton's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And Orton's punishment that he's taking, you know, look at the gash on his leg, look at the marks on his back as well. You know, both men did go through hell tonight, and I'm impressed by them. You know, I think it's a great way to start the pay-per-view off proper.
You still got it.
So, because we both went for Randy Orton, we both get a point. So, it's still 2-1 me after 2 matches. But I think the more important thing now, and serious voice, looks like Jeff's getting attended to by the EMTs and being stretchered away here. This is not good. After that brutal Hell in a Cell match, it is the SmackDown Women's title on the line, and it's the champion Charlotte defending against Becky Lynch. And let's have a look at the promo.
It is all about the SmackDown Women's Championship. For Becky Lynch, this is her chance. Not only will she have to go through the champion, she will also have to dispatch her best friend, Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch now into the disarm her. Becky can taste the victory. Natural selection. Charlotte Flair is champion. You can't help feel for Becky Lynch. Charlotte just took advantage. Oh, Becky! Lynch, your best friend! Was the best friend.
Charlotte had stolen my spotlight, my opportunity for the last time. My so-called best friend had been holding me back.
Charlotte set into the barricade.
There is pure disdain in the eyes of Becky Lynch.
I deserve to be standing here as the women's champion because I say that I'm the best. And there is not a woman on this roster that can tell me different.
You are nothing but entitled.
Entitled? You bet your ass I'm entitled. You stole my moment.
We were best friends.
Allow me to introduce you.
And you were holding me back.
But you found my dark side.
On the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair is going after her former best friend, Becky Lynch.
You're gonna get your wish. It's gonna be you versus me at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And the Queen will continue her reign.
Becky Lynch!
Becky Lynch thinks that she deserves this title. You don't deserve anything that you don't win.
I'm done playing. From now on, I'm taking.
Oh my God! It's a member of the WWE Universe!
No, it's not.
Another blindside attack from Becky Lynch.
Come Hell in a Cell, I'm taking my title back. That title's coming home with me.
We were best friends.
Well, this promo is designed to be a match, Becky Lynch versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte, returning for one match, inserts herself into that match, wins said match, and that just pushed Becky Lynch over the edge. After the match, everyone thought Becky was going to raise Charlotte's hand. She didn't. She turned on her and beat the living granny out of her. And since then, she's posed as a fan in the crowd, attacked Charlotte every opportunity she's had, and she's got this match that she needs against her former best friend.
Yeah, and I think this is the important thing about it, you know, it's what the fans are thinking about Becky Lynch. They are loving her at this moment in time. They do not care the fact that she has laid out Charlotte. Charlotte is the face in this and is meant to be the defending champion. They want Lynch to go out there and become champion here tonight. They want her to complete her journey. The only one of the four horsewomen you would say that have not had her just desserts. This is going to be an interesting one, and I'm looking forward to it.
And of course, last year Charlotte Flair defeated Natalya, who was the champion for the SmackDown.
Yeah, Natalya had beaten people like Becky Lynch all throughout that time as well. Charlotte is the all-conquering hero here on SmackDown, but Lynch has got different plans. You can see it. We talked about Randy Orton, the look in his eyes. You can see it with Becky Lynch now as we await the champion. Right, so as Charlotte's coming out here, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Dan, prediction-wise, who have you gone for in this match?
I have gone for and new Women's Champion, Becky Lynch.
Wow, Becky Lynch. Well, That's an interesting call. Like, we've seen the build-up. The build-up's been great, but I have gone for, and still, women's champion, Charlotte. I'll tell you my reasons behind Charlotte. I think Charlotte is the heel in this. Like, we talked about the build-up, and I know they want Lynch to be booed, but I think Charlotte is a perfect heel. You know, she's got that kind of Randy Orton thing about her, where she's been born into the business. You know, she's not really had to work hard. I know she has, but this is a story that could be used. You know. And I feel if she does the kind of Ric Flair type thing tonight of trying to sneak a victory, it would really just send Lynch over the edge here. You know, she's already annoyed, and I just want to see her reach that next level. Why have you gone Lynch for on this one?
I just think, you know, even though Becky Lynch is the alleged heel, she's turned her back on her best friend, I think the fans love her even more for it. And, you know, they'd be silly not to go with this momentum. But I have been wrong in the past, i.e. Rusev Day.
But this is your chance to get back level.
It's my second new champion of the night. Fuck.
I wonder how many new champions you've gone for here tonight as we get the introductions. Keys to victory for this one. Dan, what does Becky Lynch have to do if she wants to win the women's title then?
She has to come out with that fire that she's shown for the past few weeks since Charlotte stole that title off of her. You know, she needs to weather the storm. She needs to get inside Charlotte's head, you know, kind of use the fact that they're former best friends. And, you know, she knows what Charlotte thinks. She knows what makes her tick. So, you know, she can use that.
Well, I think that's an important factor. These two women know each other so well. Coming up at NXT about around the same time, you know, up on the main roster as well. And you've got to agree with Lynch. And I remember Michael Hayes always saying that you've always got the heels have got to have a story that they always believe in. And I feel with Lynch feeling that she's being overshadowed by Charlotte, I think the storyline is perfect because if you look at it, Charlotte has overshadowed Becky Lynch. And I would suggest maybe most of the women's division, you know, barring Ronda Rousey this past year. Charlotte's been...
And Alexa Bliss.
And Alexa Bliss. Well, yeah, Alexa Bliss as well because she's over on Raw, protected. And Charlotte's kind of missed her out, hasn't she? Where Charlotte, of course, beat Asuka, ended the undefeated streak, the awful feud with Carmella, and then finally winning the women's title back again. This has started off pure wrestling at this moment in time.
Well, both women jockeying for position. No one's got the upper hand as of yet.
And this is how close this match is going to be. It's going to be a matter of fractions and mistakes, I would feel, in this one. Of course, both women love to use a submission finisher. Of course, Charlotte with her figure eight. And Becky Lynch with a disarmer. But I think Charlotte's got more weapons at her disposal. Is that fair to say, Dan?
I would say yes, she has. You know, she's a well-versed veteran compared to Lynch. You know, as you say, they've only been up here at the same time, but Charlotte's been in a lot more. She's been focused on a lot more. So, you know, it's she kind of knows what it takes.
Well, Hell in a Cell's been a good pay-per-view for Charlotte. You talked about last year beating Natalya for the women's title. And let's not forget, at Hell in a Cell a few years back, beating Sasha Banks in the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match for the women's championship. So she has been there and done that.
But let's not forget, Becky Lynch was the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. You can see Charlotte maybe going for the figure eight. And Becky turning it into the armbar, the arm breaker, looking for the disarmer. We talked about...
She's weakening up her options for perhaps later on submission.
Well, this is the thing, and we talked about armbars, didn't we, on the last podcast, and how good they can be and how different way you can pull it in. As Lynch showed a bit of power, pressing Charlotte down.
The Charlotte nipping up. And again, you know, Charlotte now going for the legs, weakening it up for the figure eight.
It was the classic body part, you know. Lynch is going to look for the arm, Charlotte's going to try and wear down the legs. But I think attacking the legs of Lynch is not going to take away everything from her because of how dangerous her upper body is, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Well, I think Charlotte's upper body is more dangerous at this point. Looks like they're going to bust out of her top.
Well, this is the thing. I think if Lynch can focus on the arms and stuff, the figure eight, the submission won't be put on as tightly either.
And that was just an observation, not perverted.
No, I think Charlotte might have swelling in that area from previous injuries. It's definitely got bigger in recent times. Again, I'm not saying might be something like Shaniqua. Lynch backing Charlotte up in the corner.
Charlotte ducking, driving that shoulder into the midsection of Lynch. Oh, went for another shot, but Lynch sidestepped. Charlotte hitting the turnbuckle.
Now Lynch picking a spot.
Kicking Charlotte in the chest.
Yep, using that bottom rope as a springboard, and now on the apron.
Bang, flying forearm from Lynch, and now the match is fully in Lynch's hands thus far.
But the Women's Championship can't change hands on the outside. The referee's counting now. I'll be happy with a count-out victory for Charlotte. Even a disqualification, as long as she gets out with a championship. Lynch knows this.
But Charlotte being... I know you're saying she's the perfect heel, but I think, Charlotte is the face in this one. So, being the face, she's not going to want to win it by misdemeanors. She's not going to want to win it by count-outs or disqualifications. She's going to want to win it decisively.
And this is the thing we've seen with Charlotte before, winning matches decisively. And this is one of the first times that we've actually seen a kind of, real blood rivalry between these two. They both dislike each other, and Charlotte would love nothing more than to beat Lynch. I think, like I said, clean as a whistle here. But I think sometimes a flair, if that's in your name, you got to take everything to your advantage. You're the champion, you're styling and profiling every night. You need to kind of walk that aisle.
But Charlotte needs to lose if she's going to be a flair, because she needs to get 16 titles here.
Well, she's won a fair few women's championships already as she goes for the cover.
A flair for you.
Lynch kicks out.
Ah.
I mean, she must be on about 6th now, count NXT Women's Championships as well.
Well, she was a Divas champion, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. She's done it all.
And this is what Lynch is annoyed about. She's not had the opportunity. The first ever SmackDown Women's Champion.
No, she hasn't had the opportunity.
I know, but the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion, never really having that chance to get that title back. And every time that you do, you're put in a situation with Charlotte Flair or someone else involved. It's always in numbers.
But saying, it's
when wrestlers refer to wanting their title back, could you say it is Becky Lynch's title, seeing as though she is the first woman to hold it?
I think you could argue the fact, and I think Lynch is making a great point that she has been the backbone of the SmackDown Women's division since it started as well. You talk about Alexa Bliss moving across, and Charlotte as well. Lynch has been on SmackDown, and people like Naomi. I mean, what happened to Naomi since, she lost the championship as well? They kind of get forgotten about, and Charlotte's in the spotlight, and Lynch had to do something that put her there, and that was the attack on Charlotte. If she can walk away with Women's Champion, it would be a huge statement by Lynch here tonight. Charlotte, blocking the exploder, going for the slam. Lynch goes behind. There we go. Flair chop. Lynch dodging one, though. It's a big clothesline.
So, pop quiz hot shot. Who beat Becky Lynch for the title?
And now Lynch with a leg drop. Hits the elbow. Now going for another one. No. Charlotte moves out of the way. And taking her down. I don't know if she got the full impact on that one. Charlotte with a knee to the back of Becky Lynch's head. Charlotte's backed up into the corner. Lynch comes running in, but it's dumped on the apron.
Oh, and Lynch hanging Charlotte's arm up over the top rope. Again, weakening it up. Putting her in prime position.
It's good strategy by Lynch, but as she's back on the apron, Charlotte knocks her off again. And now baseball slide by Charlotte, sending her to the outside. And this is a precarious position for both women.
So who do you think is the more talented out of these two women?
I think Becky Lynch is, to be fair. I really do. I mean, I've said my piece about Charlotte in the past. Oh my God.
Lynch wrenches Charlotte's arm round and just drops her shoulder first onto the outside of the ring apron. Hardest part of the ring.
Well, spent that arm, took all the damage there. Lynch went for cover, but Charlotte managed to kick out.
Ah.
Yeah, I think Lynch is better. I think she's a better wrestler. I think with Charlotte, you still see a few botches here and there. I don't think she's as good as she thinks she is. If it was me, I would buy Charlotte for what she's worth and then sell her what she thinks she's worth, and I'll make loads of money on that. Yeah. And I'll get someone in for Becky Lynch. I think Lynch is someone that, there's something about her. I want to support her in matches, the way she sells and stuff like this. I don't know for me if it is for the Charlotte thing, a bit like the Orton thing of the family, and and thinking, look how hard Lynch had to work, like working away through people like Finn Balor, through all the independent scene, coming all the way from Ireland to the WWE. You can't not but like Becky Lynch and respect how she can work.
I respect her, yeah. I've gone for her in this match. You just don't respect enough to go for her in this match.
Well, no, it's not that I don't respect her enough to go for this match. I just think the WWE way of booking would be Charlotte. But Charlotte is the person I've got wrong the most, I think, on prediction-wise, going against and for. So we'll see what happens here tonight as Charlotte tries to Irish whip Lynch.
But you can certainly tell that Charlotte is entitled.
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
You know, she's been the first this, the first that, the breaker of streaks. You know, she's done it all. And you know, if her surname wasn't Flair, would she have come this far?
No, I think you would have seen other people, and that's why I like people like Alexa Bliss having a chance, and we'll talk about her in a bit as well against Rousey, being a chance to shine over the Raw. I think if it was one women's champion, it would basically be all Charlotte, and I don't think that's the way to go. She's the Roman Reigns of the women's division as she goes up top.
Well, you're saying there's a Roman Reigns, but I think it's going to be another double R that's going to take Charlotte's place, and that'll be Ronda Rousey.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. This is how they're booking her at the moment. Charlotte went for the moonsault, missed it all, and now Lynch has turned it, trying to get the armbar in.
Well, she's got a triangle locked in so far, but Charlotte's powering her up. Slams Lynch to the mat. 1, 2. Oh, but Lynch managing to kick out.
Don't get me wrong, Charlotte's good, but I just don't think she's like a legend that people at WWE.
Charlotte's pinning Lynch at the moment.
I don't think, in a few years' time when you look back, they're going to class Charlotte as kind of like the fabulous Muda of her time, and I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
I think it's a group effort, it's a match Bayley and Banks at Takeover that really, everybody took notice from that, and then kind of Charlotte and Banks had that feud, and she maybe took the spotlight away from Banks a little bit. Look what Sasha Banks is doing now,
Well, she's ripped the spotlight away from Oscar as well, you know what I mean? Like, who's Oscar? No one really cares. She hasn't even got a match on this card.
Exactly. It's all about Charlotte's moment of time. It's a great match, though. Both women fighting in the centre of the ring, just exchanging forearms. Charlotte winning this one at the moment. But Lynch, look at the fire in her. The crowd really enjoying it.
Fans are right into this as well. And she's got like a hammerlock. Oh, back first DDT. Charlotte just managing to get the shoulder up at 2.
Now maybe Lynch showing a little bit of frustration. Can't get the job done on Charlotte.
Where's Super Smiley fan in the front row?
Good. Now Becky Lynch taking a chance going up.
Oh, a bit of a botch there, but Charlotte managing to pull the legs out of the air. Boston Crab.
Come on, Charlotte, make a tap.
Becky.
Lynch struggling to get to that bottom rope.
As Lynch turns it around, bounces Charlotte back of the head first off that middle turnbuckle. Lynch just trying to get some separation.
I think that was luck more than judgment. Oh my God, though.
Rams Charlotte shoulder first into the turnbuckle.
Oh, but Charlotte rolling up Lynch, come on, grab her tights. Fucking hell.
Disarmer locked in. Tap, bitch, tap.
Too close to the ropes. And Charlotte is just, come on, inches away. Foot under the rope, that breaks it. Come on now.
Hold on for the 4, Becky. 2, 3, 4. That's it. Get as much as you can out of that.
Well, I don't know if the damage has already been done. Lynch throwing Charlotte straight back in.
She wants to continue her momentum.
That's it, Charlotte. Back elbow. Here she comes with a spear. Oh my God.
But Lynch rolls through for cover out 2. Oh. She got the victory.
Fuck off. Oh no.
Yes. That came out of nowhere.
Oh my. Well, only the RKO comes out of nowhere. Oh no. Well, Becky Lynch.
And no.
Oh, well, she caught Charlotte coming in with a spear, rolled her up. A lucky victory there for Becky Lynch. But a victory nonetheless. I can't argue with that. I think the match was alright, actually. I think it built up enough. Don't like the ending coming out of nowhere. But Lynch is the women's champion, Dan. What do you think of that match?
I called it. Nah. Wrong clocks right twice a day. No, it was a good match, a shock victory. It's literally came from a spear from Charlotte, and I didn't even know that there was a 3 counted. It was rather quick in, Charlotte's defence, but nonetheless, Becky is your new champion, and
no, fair play. I mean, Charlotte is devastated by this. Lynch finally has a moment. I'm so pleased for Becky Lynch at this moment in time. Getting a victory. The crowd went absolutely mental as well when she got the win. And now we're going to see a little bit of sign of respect. Lynch is champion.
Well, Lynch has got what she wants. Is she going to try and gain her friend back as well?
I think this would be great.
Charlotte going to raise Becky's hand. But Lynch just raises her own title and says, nope, I've done this without you. I'm going to keep it without you. Potato, 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 potato.
She didn't say potato. But she is women's champion again. Great for Becky Lynch. Even better for Dan, because he gets a point. It's 2 points all as we head into our next match. You really needed that one.
Lynch I didn't, really.
Is women's champion. And we're backstage with a New Day.
Well, it's only Xavier Woods and Biggie Langston. They're getting interviewed by some blonde fellow.
Well, up next, it is the Raw Tag Team titles on the line. And it's the greatest tag team in the history of the world, isn't it? It's Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Dominant Raw Tag Team champions in history. Nay, soon to become the greatest tag team champions of all time. Of course, we've got Mark Cole, Corey Graves, Renee Young commentary. We're going to go back to a look at our top tag teams and put Ziggler and McIntyre number one down, aren't we, really?
No.
No? All right, well, I'll definitely be able to look at that, you know.
Well, you can look all you want, but it's still not going to happen.
What have you thought of the build-up towards this match? Because obviously now it's McIntyre, Ziggler versus Ambrose and Rollins. Are you looking forward to this one?
I am indeed, yes. You know, it's kind of, again, it's a tag team match that's been overshadowed by the Strowman-Roman match, but it's kind of fallen into its own light, and I think, you know, this is going to be a better match than what I'm going to assume is going to be the main event match.
Yeah, well, I mean, this rivalry has kind of been going on for a very long time now between Rollins and Ziggler. You know, maybe even nearly 6 months now, feuding with each other over the Intercontinental title and then bringing McIntyre into the fold and kind of having that kind of three-man feud. Obviously bringing Ambrose back at SummerSlam and having a four-man. And then, like you said, interjecting the Shield back together with Roman Reigns. And then, of course, with Braun Strowman involved. I still think this is good, what they're doing. But is the Intercontinental title being kind of overshadowed a little bit by this? You know, would you rather see Rollins defending the Intercontinental title, or are you happy with a tag team match at this point?
I'm happy with a tag team match. I think, you know, it's good for all these four guys.
I think at the moment in time it is. What happens to the Intercontinental title, I'm still not sure. But this should be a good one. Prediction-wise then, in this one. So in this match, I don't think it's really big surprise, really, seeing as I'm huge fans of them. McIntyre and Ziggler in this match.
Fair play to that. Well, James, my last two title matches, I went for new champions, and that's not going to change here. Sierra Hotel, India Echo Lima Delta, Shield.
Fuck, how many new champions did you think were going to be tonight?
Well, when Joe wins and Strowman wins and Bliss wins.
Oh, my God. Well, Dan, burn it down. Your men are out of here now. Why have you gone Ambrose Rollins in this one?
I think the Shield are going to take home all the gold.
Yeah.
They're going to be the strongest faction in history, and then piece by piece, Strowman, Ziggler and McIntyre are going to break down the Shield and reclaim everything that they've got.
I tell you what would be really cool, and we haven't seen it before, is if Ambrose and Rollins were to win the tag team titles, and then you have a 6-man tag team match where you could have the Universal title, tag team titles, and Intercontinental title all on the line at the same time, and you can switch it about that in that way. I do feel a bit sorry for Ambrose not having any single gold, but a bit like the last match with Becky Lynch and Charlotte, will this fuel Dean Ambrose a little bit and say, why am I not a champion, you know? Do you think that's part of doing it, or is that what you feel? I mean, how long do you think the Shield have got in them, you know?
Well, you know, we've seen them fall apart, and we've seen them build back up again. You know, we've seen a few faces trying to take the mantle, i.e. Triple H, Kurt Angle, and they've not kind of stepped up to the plate as well. But having the proper Shield, but they're not utilising them as the Shield.
Yeah, I think this is the thing at the moment, and they're already promoting the Super Showdown with Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre versus the Shield, so maybe we'll see a bit more. I don't think this is going to be a very long feud. I think we're just seeing this. For me, though, I think McIntyre and Ziggler are going to be together longer than Ambrose and Rollins at this moment in time. I think they're just getting started now. I think for Ziggler, he cannot believe his luck getting involved in this kind of feud, you know?
Well, didn't he pretty much have one foot out the door?
Yeah, basically, yeah. At the start of the year, he wanted to leave. He was United States champion, he gave it up, and he was like, what's he going to do? He came back at Rumble and was eliminated quickly, and they thought, well, that's it now, isn't it, you know? And then since then...
Didn't he come back at number 30 in the Rumble?
Exactly, and he got eliminated straight away, like. and now he's got an opportunity here. He is part of the main events now, you know. Like I say, and I love the fact McIntyre is involved. Don't get me wrong, but to have Rollins and Ambrose, you know how important the Shield have been. And Rollins has kind of gone through his injury now, you know, without any injury problems this year, touch wood. He's been great. Let's hope Ambrose can come back and have that same kind of impact as well, you know.
And let's hope Reigns can get injured.
Well, we'll see what happens. Look at McIntyre looking on.
He'll be injured soon.
The sinister Scotsman. That I would be devastated if that happened.
Torn ACL, 9 months out, bang.
Oh, God, don't. Well, Rollins and Ziggler. Gonna start. I'll tell you what, Rollins is looking more like GPD each day, you know that.
A less hairy chest. He needs his blonde streak back.
Well, does Ambrose need his heel streak back?
Does Ambrose need his lunatic fringe back?
That's a better one. Yeah, that's better. We're talking about haircuts, yeah. Well, Ziggler's going to have to bob and weave low in the early going to try and get away.
Ambrose tagged in. Bang. Great dual tag team in there from the Shield. They know how to work together. They know how to pick apart opponents.
Well, there's been nothing better than the Shield, really, these past few years, have there? You know what I mean? Let's not sugarcoat it. The Shield have kind of been a breath of fresh air, and seeing them back, the way they team up as well.
Well, many have tried to replicate it. Undeserving era. Bunch of cunts.
You can't go one pay-per-view without mentioning them, can you?
Because they're cunts.
Oh, Rollins going for the stomp, but Ziggler getting out of harm's way.
He hasn't got his Thanos gauntlet on. I wouldn't talk too near Renee Young. She'd just tell Dean Ambrose.
Exactly, yeah. McIntyre just having a word with Ziggler saying, take it easy.
Hey, calm down, son. You got this.
So keys to victory, then what do Ambrose Rollins have to do then if they want to win?
They have to single someone out, do what they do as a Shield, you know. They have to circle them. They have to scare him into submission and just wear him down.
I think with McIntyre Ziggler, just tagging the big man. And once he's in, he'll handle it all. Look at him now. Look at the power of McIntyre. Oh.
Well, it'll take a lunatic to go against him. Seth looks towards his lunatic. He's like, Ambrose wants in.
Your Ambrose wants some. He's going to get some now from Drew. And Ambrose, McIntyre said, there's a line. Cross it. I dare ya.
Ambrose is like, see your line? You see your fucking line? You see your fucking line?
Oh,
I'll have it.
You're going to get McIntyre's face. That's a mistake.
You're going to push Dean Ambrose. That's a mistake. Bang.
Oh
Go on, Dino.
Go on,
Kick,
McIntyre.
chop.
No, bang. Knee to the midsection. McIntyre. Clubbing blow.
Oh, and Dean Ambrose, the intelligent one, goes down low. Rolls him up. 1, 2. Oh. Nearly made him his bitch.
Oh, no, McIntyre. Now look at the aggression of Ambrose. Ziggler coming in and Rollins stopping him. There you go.
The distraction was enough, though, to save Drew McIntyre's skin. He was fucked if Dolph Ziggler hadn't come in. He'd have been in trouble. Dean
it's all over there, wasn't it? Yeah. And McIntyre sending Ambrose into his corner now. There you go, tag team champions.
Well, McIntyre, get out. You're not the legal man. Come, ref. Tell him, do your job, ref.
Got a count of 5. Oh, my God. Ziggler just raking Ambrose's face against the rope. Just choking out Ambrose at this moment in time.
So Dolph Ziggler is definitely the most beneficial one out of these 6 guys.
Without a doubt, yeah. Like I say, Ziggler woke up and won the fucking lottery here. We know, you know, out of the 5 men of the 6, they're going to be Universal Champion again. You know, and people say with Ambrose, no. I think he will. A heel turn for Ambrose will do what he did for Orton, you know what I mean? And he can do that every now and again, and it's going to revitalise the character. The same with Seth Rollins as well. He's not really reached his full face potential yet, has he? You know there's still a while to go. And of course, Roman Reigns will maybe see a heel turn down the way. And Strowman, if he doesn't do it tonight, he will be Universal Champion at some point. And now Ambrose trying to look for the tag, got some separation from Ziggler after submission. And here comes Seth, and he's on fire, baby, taking down Ziggler twice.
That's it. Swing blade on Enzo. Sorry, they just look so much like Enzo and Big Cass, McIntyre and Ziggler.
What are you talking about?
Sorry.
What are you? You don't even know. Oh my God! Rollins with a kick to the face.
No, that's bad. No. Big Cass actually has some talent.
No, yeah, against GPD and fucking Duke the Jumps to Josie, mate. Yeah, you're going to have a go at me for that. Here comes Ziggler. DDT.
Plants Rollins. 1, 2. Oh, well, Rollins managing to get the shoulder up at 2.
2. Now McIntyre in. Just a complete control over your Intercontinental Champion.
McIntyre throwing him into the corner.
It's just the power of Drew. Telling Ambrose, what, you want some? Come and get it.
And Ambrose says, I ain't going to back down from you, you big bitch.
I'm shit myself, mate. And now McIntyre holding Rollins in position.
Come on, ref. Blatant cheating.
I didn't say anything. I saw Ziggler.
You want to get your head out your ass.
And Ziggler telling Ambrose, better watch it. Now I see McIntyre get a legal tag in. And now look at McIntyre just stomping on the hand of Rollins and working the other one as well. Twisting the fingers back. Talk about British style.
He's not British, he's Scottish.
Scottish is British. And McIntyre just laying waste to Rollins.
Yeah, he is British. He's not great British. He's just British.
Oh, well, he's a champion.
Meh.
He's your Raw Tag Team Champion, so you bow down to him at this moment in time. He's beating up Seth Rollins. Ambrose can't do anything to get in at this moment.
Oh, jawbreaker from Rollins. Get some separation.
Ooh. But a hard chop sends Rollins back into McIntyre Ziggler's corner.
Ziggler's corner.
I was thinking of what their tag team name would be. It would be Muck Ziggler, wouldn't it? Well, Ziggler goes for the cover, but Rollins kicks out. Elbow not working. And Ambrose chomping at the bit to get in.
Well, you got a member from a fucking male cheerleading squad and a member from a 3-man band. I mean, how the fuck could they ever become your Raw Tag Team Champions? I do not know.
Well, they are at this moment in time, aren't they? And Ziggler taking his time with Rollins, telling him you're nothing, but taking too long. Ziggler manages for us the Irish whip low and stop any momentum by jumping on the back of Seth. And he's hitting the sleeper.
Come on, Sethry.
Well, Seth is down at the moment. But he's managing to pick up Ziggler and walk towards his corner. Oh, he's inches away.
No, Ziggler rakes the eyes.
Nice back suplex there by Rollins. But Ziggler's the other side, you know, in between Rollins and Ambrose at the moment. Can Ziggler get to McIntyre? He can.
Oh, Rollins sidesteps the oncoming McIntyre. Goes for the tag to Ambrose, but McIntyre again cheating.
Well, it's brilliant by
cheating.
McIntyre. Brilliant. Sent outside, took advantage of that by stopping Ambrose, getting the tag. And look at McIntyre, back elbows, picked up Rollins now. Look at the power.
Fucking Alabama slam.
Inverted Alabama slam.
Dean Ambrose in. Breaking up the count.
Well, he knew that was over then.
Now this is it's like a smaller, skinniest McIntyre, Seth is.
And look how big McIntyre is. Towering over Rollins. And Rollins fighting out the corner now.
Rollins with a backflip though.
And chop to McIntyre, chop to Ziggler. Try to get the tag, but McIntyre stopping him. Oh!
Tag made.
But I don't know if referee saw it. He's distracted with Ziggler.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Great tag team wrestling there.
Cheating shenanigans.
That'd be a good tag team name. Ambrose frustrated. But Muck Ziggler there, showing exactly what they got. And tag to Ziggler. All legal. You hear the McIntyre chants as well, filling the arena.
I can see the empty seats because McIntyre's in the ring.
And Ziggler taking Rollins all the way to the top now.
And Seth, punch him in the face, kick him in the nuts, rake his eyes.
Seth is holding on.
Isolate Ziggler.
Well, he just punched face. But Ziggler runs all the way to the top.
Gets pushed off again.
McIntyre in. Rollins stopping him. Oh!
Blockbuster to him. Goes Seth. Tagging the Dino. Tagging the lunatic.
Ambrose is nearly there, but McIntyre stops Rollins.
That's it. Kick him in his Scottish jaw.
Kick to the face.
Now the referee's finally seen it. Ambrose is on fire, baby.
Now look at this. Piston like right hands. Stumble the mud hole, walking it dry. Just knocked Ziggler's head off his shoulders with that clothesline.
The distraction was enough though. McIntyre momentarily able to take over, but gets clotheslined by Ambrose.
Well, Ambrose, even though he's put on muscle...
Deeds. Nope.
Ambrose, even though he's put on muscle, hasn't lost any of his speed, has he? He tries to suplex. McIntyre turns it round.
Got Dirty Deeds. Plant his face into that mat. Shocked the future with that DDT.
Oh my God. Ambrose trying to roll up McIntyre. McIntyre kicked out 2.
2.
And Ambrose again going for the cover. McIntyre too tough though.
Only just managing to kick out.
Ah.
Dino.
Ambrose going up. Ziggler trying to stop him.
The distraction's going to prove wise enough, though.
You can try Dirty Deeds on Ziggler from the apron. And that was a mistake because Drew McIntyre had it scouted.
Oh, Ambrose able to reverse it. Sends Drew face first into the apron. Sends Ziggler into barricade.
Oh, he's a one-man army at the moment. He sent McIntyre in the ring. Ambrose on the way up. Oh, but McIntyre catches him. Oh!
Belly to belly overhead into the turnbuckles.
Well, both men down right now.
Rollins is backing up. God, Dino.
So is Ziggler. Ziggler gets a tag in.
So does Rollins.
Oh!
He comes flying off the top. Takes out Ziggler.
You've got so much height and he missed Ziggler there. Clothesline him outside. McIntyre's going to check in his man. Oh my God, here comes Seth.
And they catch Rollins.
On the suicide dive.
Ambrose follows it up and takes out all 3 men.
Well, if that's what Ambrose did to his tag team partner, what is he going to do to his opponents?
Exactly. McZiggler best be worried.
A referee's count, and he's up to 7. Oh, Ziggler gets in. 9. Oh.
Rollins is in as well. He knows how to do the last second count.
Ziggler going for the DDT. Rollins catches him.
Falcon arrow.
2. Oh. Somehow Ziggler managed to kick out.
Oh.
And now Rollins, they're going to burn it down. There we go, curb stomp.
No, Ziggler ducks it. Looking for the famous. It gets caught, sent into a turnbuckle for a buckle bomb. 2. Oh. Fucking hell.
Oh, and Ambrose back in now, punching away at McIntyre. And Drew sends Ambrose to the outside. Rollins with a knee, sending McIntyre out. Ziggler rolling him up. 2.
Oh,
no.
Rollins rolls through. 2.
Oh. Somehow getting out. Zigzag. 1, 2. Oh. How did Rollins manage to kick out of that? Oh my God, what a sequence there towards the end. Well, I think this is going to be the end soon. Oh my God, and this has been a fantastic match. McIntyre tags himself in. And Rollins has got to be out surely.
Don't call me Shirley, but it doesn't look like he's got much more to give. Looking for their finisher. Ambrose makes a save. McIntyre walks into a super kick. 2.
Oh no, another kick to the face. Rollins going up.
Curb stomp from the top.
Frog splash.
That's it.
1, 2. Yes.
Ginger Man
McIntyre.
couldn't believe it.
McIntyre kicking out. Well, McIntyre feeling his midsection. Rollins feeling the back of his head. I don't know which way this is going to go. And now Rollins and Ambrose are going to look to end this. Picked up McIntyre on the top turnbuckle. And this does not look good for Drew.
Go on, slam him into that mat.
Oh, Ziggler's in. Oh, but Rollins managing to throw Ziggler out the ring. Here comes Seth.
Oh, went for a missed.
Well, went for it all. Dive on the outside. McIntyre kicks away Ambrose. Oh, my God. Clothesline off the top by Drew. And then nip up. And this man is impressive. You've got to admit that.
Oh, don't go Scottish now.
And he tags in Ziggler. We're going to see Doomsday Device. Ambrose still fighting.
Punching McIntyre to the face. Dirty Deeds.
No, McIntyre, block it.
Rollins gets a tag in.
Well, Rollins is a legal man. Ambrose takes McIntyre to the outside. Oh my God, Rollins off the top with a with a superplex.
Oh, and then a Claymore kick.
Yes!
Going for the Falcon Arrow, and that is it.
Yeah! Claymore kick out of nowhere.
No. That doesn't happen out of nowhere.
Ziggler wins thanks to McIntyre and still your tag team champions. But what a fantastic match that was, though. Dan, what do you think of the match?
Yeah, it was a great tag team match. You know, they played like, you know, the big guy and the small guy on each team. You know, and now the smaller one gets worked around, gets a hot tag into the big team, and the big man saves the day every time.
Yeah, I know, it was classic, wasn't it? Classic tag team in there. And he ended so unexpectedly. Claymore kick after Rollins thought he had it won. Ziggler wins, but a great tag team match that was. I think more importantly, though, still your Raw Tag Team Champions, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Look at McIntyre. Talk about carrying Ziggler on his back. Literally this time, walking out with all the gold. Prediction-wise, though, Dan, you were at level for just one match. 3-2 up now, but obviously there's still another 4 to go. There's plenty more points to catch up. And look at Strowman backstage smirking.
No, James hasn't got a cigarette in his gob. He's just got a smile on his face.
So Mick Foley giving a few words to Braun Strowman about what's going to happen in Hell in the Cell. But that's the Universal title. But up next is the WWE Championship on the line. And it's AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. And let's have a look at the promo.
Gather round, everyone, and quiet down. I'm going to read you a bedtime story. Tonight, I have just a tale to send you off to dreamland. It has a hero and a villain. But don't worry, this one has a happy ending. It's called Night Night AJ by Samoa Joe. There once was a man who lived in a house that he built for his kids and his spouse. He defended his house against one, against all. He started to believe he was 10 feet tall.
SmackDown Live is the house that AJ Styles built.
His head in the clouds, so high above all, he'd forgotten his family. Not even a call. Until from the west, a man had appeared. A submission machine all warriors revered.
What the hell is happening? It was an ambush. Samoa Joe trying to put the WWE champion to sleep. Styles is out cold.
In the midst of his journey, he heard haunting cries. He learned of the house of broken promises and lies. The child, she was frightened. The wife was distraught. They hoped and they prayed a humbling lesson would be taught. The situation was horrible, terribly bad. The warrior had a solution. Become their new dad.
Hey, Wendy, I made you a promise. Daddy was coming home. It looks like he's not, but I'll be your new daddy.
The arrogant fool from the house he'd expel with battle lines drawn at Hell in a Cell. To emerge victorious, it would not take much. A snatch and a grab and a coquina clutch. The lights they were dimming, his ego no more. The arrogant fool asleep on the floor. A new champion stood as man of the house, and the 10-foot tall man was now small as a mouse. The hero had conquered and saved the day. Good night, Wendy, and little Annie, and night night, AJ. The end.
Well, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Samoa Joe's kind of playing a little bit different than he would normally. I mean, he's normally the destroyer coming in and just wrecking people, which we have seen from Joe. But this one, it's more psychological, isn't it? He's getting inside AJ Styles' head, talking about his wife and his family. He's even got a fairy tale to tell AJ Styles about how not only is he going to take away his wife and kid, but also the WWE Championship, which means more to him than anything else. And there's a real personal flavour that you're getting here. And I kind of like it because I know Joe and Styles can deliver, but it's more kind of WWE told story line along with it, isn't it, Dan? You know?
It is indeed, yes. It's a strange one, but it's something that should be better than it actually has been so far.
Yeah, I mean, SummerSlam, they didn't steal the show as I thought they might have done. I think in this one here, they're given enough time, which Hell in a Cell normally always do. It's good. But, I mean, going on to predictions, for me, Dan, who have you gone for in this one?
Well, James, and, well, you know the little theme I've been going with new champions. Well, James, and no new champion, AJ Styles.
So you've gone AJ Styles in this one, and well, I got to say, for this storyline to not be like Nakamura and be dragged along so many times, I feel you need a new WWE champion here tonight. I have gone Samoa Joe. I think after 313 days, AJ Styles needs to take a kind of back seat a little bit, and Joe needs to go forward. I think with Styles, yeah, he's been WWE champion. He's been a great champion, defending it night in and night out. But I think Joe's time to really cement himself as a true main event player, you know. Even go back a few years, I never thought we'd seen Styles versus Joe for the WWE title, but we're going to see it now at Hell in a Cell.
Well, just last year, AJ Styles was in a triple threat match against Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger, in which he was on the losing effort. Baron Corbin managed to get the United States Championship last year.
Well, and this is an incredible thing, isn't it? You know, and then Styles went on to win the WWE title in November, and he's not looked back since then. He's had challenges, you know, people like Nakamura getting in his way, and now Samoa Joe. And the problem with Styles, I don't want the feuds to feel the same, because Nakamura went on from WrestleMania up until just before SummerSlam, and now the Joe feud now, or the new champion, new spark of life. And look at Joe with the jabs, such a dangerous man.
Well, 313 days Styles' reign is currently.
And it's an impressive feat. I feel it's going to come to an end with Joe, but Styles is showing a bit of aggression as well, and this is what Joe's bringing out of AJ. Maybe we haven't seen kind of killer instinct from Styles. Beautiful dropkick by AJ Styles. I think Joe's just going to get the job done here tonight. What does Styles have to do if he wants to keep hold of the WWE title?
I think he has to kind of put his wife and kid to the back of his mind. You know, take them completely out of the factor. They're not here tonight, so, you know, they're not going to play into this match. But I think, you know, he just needs to kind of keep his mind clear and just do what he's been doing for the past 313 days, and that's defend his title.
Yeah, and, you know, like we said, he's had personal feuds before with the one with Nakamura where he overcame it. He can overcome obstacles. He just can't take his eye off the ball. Joe is so dangerous, he will make him pay. But at the moment, Styles showing the aggressive nature, which I like to see. The big knee on the apron at the announce table.
So does AJ need to kick it up a gear then, go after Joe's family, you know, attack Joe on a personal level, or is that not the face way?
Well, it's interesting. I think that's definitely not the face way, but I think with Styles, when he sees something a little bit different, if I compare him to Shawn Michaels kind of back in 96, of kind of being the face champion, yeah, the fans really liked him, you know, up until a point where, not it became bland, but could he really take it and be aggressive and have that kind of attitude? You know, we talk about Styles as promo, he's not bad, but I would love to see that kind of cocky, arrogant AJ who kind of brawl it in the matches as well. You know, we know how good he is, but just imagine kind of cocky Styles is Daniel Bryan, you know, that kind of match up there. I think there's a lot more to do with AJ Styles. He's been a face for a majority of his run in WWE so far, hasn't he?
Well, could he benefit from his good brothers?
I think they're too far gone now, Anderson, to be fair. I think the damage has been done with them. I don't see them as helping out. If Styles was going to get together with someone, might be a more kind of dominant tag team than that. But you don't want to go too similar to the Raw storyline, you know. This is definitely a personal one-on-one feud as opposed to bringing people to it. As Joe now just picking his shot and taking Styles out with a big boot on the outside.
Well, is that what SmackDown's been delivering then on this front? Because, we've seen the personal Orton versus Hardy feud. We've seen the personal Lynch versus Charlotte feud. And now we got this personal feud as well. Whereas Raw, it's more kind of, not as personal.
I think with Raw, with Raw, they focus on the big guys. So you're gonna Vince McMahon. He's always gonna want to know what Roman Reigns and Ronda Rousey are doing, and it's about what their feuds and that around it. So Raw is basically set at the moment of what Roman Reigns and Strowman are doing, along with Shield and everything else. Whereas SmackDown, even though it's a shorter show, you still get more time to focus on, like you said, the 3 or 4 more personal feuds. And I think it means a little bit more as well. Where they're actually being able to tell a story. And it's exactly the same, with Joe and Styles. They got a personal hatred. You can actually see it as a wrestling as well, which sometimes wrestlers don't do, which is a kind of problem when it comes to grudge matches. They just try and wrestle each other. This is not a wrestling match at this moment in time.
No, this is a fight. But Joe sweeping the legs of Styles, getting the upper hand in this match now.
And now Joe is in complete control of AJ Styles. Taking his time. I think the problem is with Joe, overconfidence. He needs to put Styles away. We know how tough Styles and he's hanging in there. Joe needs to kind of kill it at the start.
Just like Muhammad Ali, though, you lure the big guy into a full sense of security, make him wear himself out, but I don't think Joe gets tired.
Well, no, this is the thing. Joe can go. Is the way he is. He's lost a bit of weight since coming to WWE, but there's no doubt in my mind he can go 60 minutes if he wants to. Both of these men can. And I feel with SmackDown, there are guys that can go that amount of time, and you wouldn't be bored with it. The amount of talent that SmackDown's got in ring at this moment in time, there's a lot more matches you can make as well. That would bring a lot of excitement. Just have Daniel Bryan or The Miz to this match, and you got a whole nother kind of complexity to it as well.
Can I just add, Jared will be creaming in his pants at this match.
I know. Jared is not here to see Styles Joe for the WWE title, even though he kind of did say it was going to happen. We never believed him. It wasn't down to Jared that they became successful, it was in spite of him.
Yeah.
As Joe kicks Styles all the way to the outside. Again, it would be a good journey for the WNR podcast. We've been watching Joe since Joe watched, and here he comes now.
Oh, comes flying through. Jaws AJ Styles, sends him back into the announce table. But then again, we've seen AJ Styles since he made his debut at number 3 in the 2016 Royal Rumble.
Exactly, our first Royal Rumble, and this is the thing, the kind of connection to these two guys. And I think people that moan about the roster, I think wrestling-wise, it's one of the best it's been. Even on Raw, you have people like Rollins and Ziggler and Ambrose back to that match was fucking brilliant. And I think there's people that can definitely bring it, I don't think there's been a bad match so far.
No, I haven't had one at my count.
And Joe just slowly wearing down the WWE champion.
That looks mad in slow-mo.
There's no doubt Joe is a mean motherfucker. But I think the person Styles has struggled with was against Brock Lesnar. So maybe Joe needs to take a leaf from his book. And even if it is just like kind of suplex finisher, might be able to get Styles done as opposed to trying to take him in a long match. We've seen it with Nakamura. Yeah. It's not been to anybody's advantage against Styles.
Again, we know Styles can pull it out if he needs to. He can step into that extra gear. But against, a more dominating opponent, Brock Lesnar didn't give him any room to breathe, and he was just on him, and, that was eventually his undoing.
Oh, my God, and Joe with a back elbow sending Styles flying across the ring. And not only Brock Lesnar, you look at his first WWE title reign, he lost to John Cena. So it's not like losing to Lesnar and Cena is a bad thing. These two are the guys that are going to be surefire Hall of Famers. So to beat Styles is actually pretty difficult, especially when you consider around for a couple of years now. I know Roman Reigns had a couple of victories over him, but Reigns has beaten The Undertaker at WrestleMania as well. So the level of opponent Styles has faced since coming in. For me, it's just a shame someone like CM Punk's not around. CM Punk involved in something like this would be fucking magical, especially the way he could use the promo and stuff like this. The history he's got with Styles and Joe.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
And I think with the TNA stuff, talk about TNA officials or even Ring of Honor guys, getting some of their stuff and the history of what these guys have been through, and it would add even more to this match then, Oh, is Joe now looking to finish this? Put Styles up on the top turnbuckle? No,
he's going to join him up there. But Styles managing to fight back.
Well, this might be a little bit of a mistake by the Samoan submission machine.
Samoan submission machine. But Joe's still managing to fight out. Taking too long though.
But he's smirking on top.
Well, James, he might not have a grin on his face much longer though. And without a cigarette in his gob.
Well, he's going to suplex Styles? No.
Well, Styles goes between the legs, rips his leg out from underneath him, sends him face first into the top turnbuckle, crashing to the mats. But it is quite a mad how, despite going for different things, we've gone for the different things in the right way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of brought us...
One of us haven't been wrong. We've got every match right somehow.
Yeah. As a team, we're perfect.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Just individually struggling, but whoever gets this, I think will win because the next 3 matches... Looks like pretty easy to
pretty
call.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah. Styles, though, forearm to Joe. It wasn't phenomenal. It was just on the ground. But a little bit of separation there from Styles.
I think Joe's haircut looks really stupid.
Yeah, Joe, fluffy on top doesn't work. Short and sharp, maybe.
But AJ's weird since having long hair.
Well, I think I'm used to it now. If he'd come out short hair, I'd be like, oh, that's a bit weird now. Joe pushes Styles back to the corner. Styles with a back elbow.
Oh. Reverse DDT.
Beautiful second rope springboard there for Styles, but can't keep Joe down. Only a 2.
2. So I'm correct in saying that Joe hasn't had any goals since making his move up to the main roster.
Yeah, he's been a bit barren. I mean, he's had a couple of big injuries because he was going to face Cena at this year's Mania and obviously got injured at, and then last year as well, missing out Mania. So actually coming up, he's not had a WrestleMania or any gold. I think tonight is going to be different as he puts his knees up to Styles and then hits him with a powerbomb. Styles gets his shoulder up, but then he turns it
into a really deep Boston Crab and turns it to an STF.
Well, that is beautiful by Samoa Joe, saying this is it.
Transitioning.
Yeah, Styles don't want none.
Crossface.
Oh my God. And he's got the crossface deep in the middle of the ring. Styles desperately trying to reach that bottom rope. Samoa gets his leg across. And Joe, I don't think it's frustrated. I just think he's coming up with a game plan. He's formulating in his head.
Well, Joe hasn't hit Styles with everything he's got yet. Still got some more moves left in his repertoire.
The thing is, as well, is that Joe knows him over the the amount of years they've been working together. He knows it's not going to be easy to keep Styles down, especially now with Styles trying to hold for his WWE title for 314th day. Styles in the corner just rocks him, forearm to the face.
Throws Styles to the corner. Styles sidestep sends Joe sternum first into the turnbuckles.
Oh my God! Big chop by AJ.
The old chop kick technique.
And he's too quick for Joe at the moment. No. Oh my God, Styles somehow picking up Samoa Joe.
Sit out powerbomb perhaps.
He's got him on his shoulders, swings out. My God. An impressive power, but Joe gets his shoulder up at 2.
2.
And now Styles going on the apron. He's looking to finish this. Joe has not moved.
Springboard 450.
No, I think it's what Styles is looking for. Building up momentum. Here we go, springboarding in.
Hits it. 1, 2. Oh. Joe just managing to kick out. And save James a point.
Well, I will save my bacon then, yeah. Come on, Joe.
Come on, AJ.
The only time you see stuff like that is when people are jumping off 20-foot high boards, you know what I mean? Going into the water. Styles didn't go into the water there. He landed straight onto Joe. Now he's looking to finish him.
Great euphemism.
Styles clash.
Well, Styles has got a few ways to finish matches, but Joe, one step ahead of him at this point.
Well, hit the move that didn't work in real life. The slingshot.
Was bounced out, took his head off with a clothesline.
Sent him inside out there. Goes for the cover, but oh no. Styles managing to kick out.
Looks like Styles is busted open.
It might be internal bleeding. Joe's assault has been sicker than this one. Yeah, spitting up blood.
Definitely bleeding on the inside.
And now Joe's going to look for the muscle buster. Come on, we got a new WWE champion.
Backslide from Styles. Looking for the Styles clash, but Joe again fighting out.
It's brilliant by Samoa Joe there. Oh no, he got caught.
Go on, AJ. Crush his calf.
He's trying to go for it, holding on to that top rope though. And he's trying to bring him out. Oh my God.
Joe with a step up into Guri again, knocking Styles' head off his shoulders again.
Well, Joe's had the finishing move scouted as he rolls over Styles. No, not enough. Styles managing to kick out.
Is he going to put Styles to sleep with a big right hand?
Even that one of the clotheslines that turned Styles absolutely inside out earlier. Look at determination on Joe's face. Goes for it.
Styles ducks, catches him with a Pele kick.
Joe backed up to the corner now. Styles gets a chance to recover. Here he comes running in.
Joe deposits him to the edge of the ring apron. Styles catches him with an elbow.
Oh, he's going to try and hit the phenomenal forearm now. Here he comes. No, Joe's
Gets
got him.
Caught. Coquina clutch.
Come on, son. Drop down, get him.
Get to that rope, AJ. Get to...
And Joe, if Joe drops him, this is over. We've got new WWE champion.
Get to the rope, Styles.
Styles is passing out. Here we go.
AJ rolls through. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Joe thinks he's won.
Well, Joe's celebrating, but Styles is still champion. And what the hell? Joe saying Styles tapped.
I didn't see no tap.
Well,
Referee didn't see no tap.
I didn't see no tap.
So you admit Styles won it?
But I saw Styles with a pin, yeah, I'm going to admit.
Yeah. So
I
Styles
didn't see
won.
Joe win it yet.
Well, it's what the referee calls.
Well, is Joe just been a sore loser? Has he got a point to come over to the announcers?
Oh, Corey's going to agree with him because he's a little pussy bitch.
Well, Corey don't want to be muscle busted through the announce table. Well, I honestly didn't see it. Joe is livid. Can we see a replay in the truck? Or can someone play something, please, so we can have a look? Well, Styles has walked out WWE champion. Joe is distraught.
I'd say he's more limping out.
Here comes Joe back in.
All right, before you take it away, I'm going to put the point now for me.
No, hang on a minute. Joe's got the W title. Raise it up in the air. Styles, though. Oh! Kick to Joe's head. Sends him out of the ring.
Well, Joe actually believes he has won this. We haven't seen it from the other angle, though.
Well, they've not shown anything yet as Styles celebrates. Until we see something, I can't really say. Match-wise, though, I don't think the crowd were that into it, to be fair. I think towards the closing sequence it warmed up. So I thought it was going to be Dan. I don't know what you thought about it.
No, well, my only notes is it wasn't special enough. I think these guys had a lot more that they could deliver. But I don't know, it's just like it was lacking something.
Yeah, and oh, here you go. So replay 1, 2, 3.
No.
Alright, so nothing there from that replay.
Can we see it from a different angle, please, production?
Oh, what the fuck are they doing?
They're not showing it.
Well, maybe Styles didn't tap out then. I mean, that is weird. Joe is furious.
Joe's shouting for Paige. He's fuming.
Well, Joe's going to destroy Paige.
I'll be the first wrestler.
Oh, there you go. Different camera angle. Alright, rolls him down. 1, 2. Styles is tapping before referee counted. So we got a new WWE champion there.
No, we don't know, do we?
No, we don't. No, we don't. But Joe is looking for Paige backstage. It does mean, Dan, you do get a point. And it goes 3 points all, unbelievably. This is back and forth here tonight. You're back on level terms as we've got another 3 matches still to go.
I've not been in the lead, though.
You haven't? Not yet. Not yet.
Not
Will
yet.
that change?
I doubt it, because we've probably gone the same predictable matches. And I predict we've gone the same. That's how predictable it is.
Well, up next, it is the match that everybody's been waiting for. It's Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. So let's have a look at the promo.
Oh my God, why is he dressed in these such ridiculous fucking outfits?
The 8-year saga of The Miz and Daniel Bryan has come to a satisfying conclusion. I beat Daniel Bryan. You are looking at the hardest punch in the WWE. Coward. 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 You can
come out here and try to convince everybody that you didn't cheat to win, but that's a lie.
Watch Maurice. She pulls something out of her jacket and handed it to The Miz.
It will not say coward in the record books. What the record books will display is that The Miz defeated Daniel Bryan.
I told everyone that I would come out of retirement, and I did. So trust me when I tell you that I am going to expose you for what you really are.
Daniel, enough. You might as well want to change your name for Daniel Bella.
They're more like the sure couple. Sure, I'll marry him. Sure, I'll marry her. It's not like we can do any better. This is a marriage of convenience. Although I'm not sure how convenient it is for Brie anymore, because Daniel wants to pick berries and read books about saving the environment. He's not holding up his end of the relationship.
For once in your life, shut up.
Oh my gosh! It's Daniel Bryan's wife, Brie Bella!
Miz and Maurice are always running their mouths.
They are nothing but a couple of cowards.
Felt so good to punch Miz in the face.
Brie has been by Daniel's side through this whole thing. Daniel and Brie just took out the It couple.
I actually just talked to General Manager Paige, and at Hell in a Cell, it's going to be a mixed tag match with the two of you against the two of us.
Just when I thought that Daniel couldn't be less of a man, now he has Brie Bella fighting his battles for him.
Brie Bella and Maurice face each other in singles competition. Maurice creating separation between her and Brie. And again, climbs out of the ring. Oh, and what a kick by Maurice!
But it's another thing when you have such little regard to your own family that you're going to have Brie damage her own body.
Bryan's punching The Miz in the face. Oh my God! Daniel inadvertently thrown into Brie.
Daniel Bryan can't believe what he just did.
They don't call us the hardest hitting couple in WWE for nothing.
You, Daniel Bryan, disgust me. But you dragged Brie into this, and at Hell in a Cell, we will be responsible for what happens, but it'll be your fault.
So, very interesting promo there, Dan. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, you know, since The Miz screwed Daniel Bryan out of the match that he should have won, Maurice has kind of got herself involved in it, and then obviously Brie Bella's made a triumphant return. And, you know, there was a match between Maurice and Brie where The Miz got involved. That kind of brought Daniel Bryan into things, saying, you know, you don't touch another man's wife. And then Daniel Bryan and Brie subsequently got beaten down, and that kind of brought upon this match at Hell in a Cell, a mixed tag team match, which is kind of keeping the feud between Daniel Bryan and The Miz alight, but not kind of, you know, putting a definitive end to it.
Do you think it's the best way to go to have this type of match now, or do you think they could have done with another Bryan versus Miz match? You know, I'm not sure about this. I like the idea in theory, but I don't know if it's going to work. I think the Miz and Bryan, they don't want to go stale. You know, again, we talk about WWE waiting too long. The storyline's there. You got to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? But like, you know, you've got to kind of make it matter. As of course, the Marine 6 is coming out now,
starring Becky Lynch, Shawn Michaels, and of course The Miz.
Yes, the A-lister, The Miz. And I mean, he's dressed to impress here tonight.
He looks like a complete cunt. You can't tell me.
He looks like a futuristic superhero, Dan.
He looks like a futuristic cunt. He looks like a cunt in the future now.
Well, prediction-wise, I mean, I'll go first, Dan. I mean, last month I really pissed you off by going The Miz over Daniel Bryan in that match. And this month, well, with Brie Bella involved, I got to tell you, I have gone for in this one, Bryan and Brie. I've gone team Bryan and Brie, Dan. Who you gone for? Well, I don't think it's any surprise.
Well, James, since I was last undone by The Miz and Maurice, it kind of pissed me off, and it's got me thinking, how are they going to keep this feud alive? By giving another loss to Daniel Bryan? No, by giving a loss to Maurice. Team yes mode.
Yes. I completely agree with you there. Yeah, it makes sense for Brie to pin Maurice, and then the Miz can moan about that, and it doesn't hurt Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan can't keep being a lovable loser, the fans got to get behind him again. We even look at the Yes movement, how, that's gone down over the years. Not everybody in the crowd is doing it now, and it's all about momentum in WWE, and I think that's what's important. Bryan is still very well loved, even though I don't like his trunks he's wearing at the moment. The Miz is hated as well, so it makes sense for it to go on like this. I would love to see a championship involved in this one. Not Intercontinental, but maybe next in line after Styles and Joe. I could see the Miz and Bryan definitely fighting over the WWE Championship.
Turning it into kind of like a Ciampa Gargano type thing.
Yeah, without a doubt. That, you've got to kind of do it on there. So now it's keys to victory. What do Bryan and Brie need to do in this match? I don't know. Just work as a well-oiled team. I think Maurice is the one who hasn't got experience out of the four. So I think it would be easy for them to just try and, cut off the ring and make sure she don't tag in the Miz. And as soon as I say that, she tags in Miz, which means Brie has to get Bryan in.
I'm sure there's going to be some more heel pandering, a quick tag to Maurice, send Maurice back in, and then keep chopping and changing and fanning about.
Exactly. But a bit of action here with the Miz and Bryan. Maurice distracting Daniel Bryan. Miz getting a cheap shot in.
The Miz doesn't do cheap shots, James. What are you talking about here?
Well, no, he needs to get the advantage somehow. One-on-one, he can't beat Daniel Bryan fairly. I think that was proven last month.
Can I get a copy of this statement here, just for future reference, please?
I'm just saying how it is. And like we said, this is a mixed match, and we'll be bringing you the mixed match challenge. We'll bring you that probably in about a month's time. We'll bring you like the 4 parts, and then 4 parts. We won't mess around too much when it comes to that. Bryan dodging over the Miz now.
Miz looking for a clothesline, getting caught by Bryan, sending him to the mat. Daniel Bryan with a yes punch in Miz's face.
Oh, the Miz, I mean, come on now, don't aim for the face. It ruin his movie star good looks.
Oh yeah, straight to DVD movies.
Well, still. I don't see Daniel Bryan in any movies, apart from maybe The Hobbit. And now the Miz got outside using his intelligence. See that? Oh my God, me and the Miz know each other so well.
Yes, because you're both cunts. You both dress like futuristic superhero cunts. You both act like futuristic superhero cunts, and you're both cunts.
I'm going to say it as a compliment.
And you both rip off people that are better than you.
Oh, fuck off. Miz
I say that all the time. Why are you copying my lines?
Maurice doesn't want any and tags the Miz back in, and Miz is pleased with his strategy.
So what was the Daniel Bryan and the Miz up to last year then?
Fuck all.
It was both on Raw.
Bryan wasn't wrestling, was he, last year?
Ah.
Miz was probably being awesome.
Losing.
I should say Bobby Roode defeated Dolph Ziggler last year at Hell in a Cell. You know Dolph Ziggler was in that match earlier.
Oh,
with,
Dolph Ziggler. Mick Ziggler.
Mick Ziggler, yeah.
Yeah, I just, sorry, I have a name, it just didn't mean anything to me, like Jinder Mahal, I mean.
Well, Jinder Mahal beat Shinsuke fucking Nakamura for the W title. We said why Nakamura's not here, because he's US champion. That's why.
Yeah.
And now Bryan zeroing in on Daniel Bryan. What? Daniel Bryan zeroing in now on the Miz. Big right hands. Irish whip reversal and a big knee to the midsection by the Miz. And now look at the Miz. Beautiful kicks in the corner. And that is fantastic by the Miz. You know the Miz came up with those drop kicks in the corner. And now the Miz chance, he's always come up with that as well. Going in with a clothesline. I'm surprised how much Daniel Bryan has taken from the Miz, you know. Just watching this match.
Oh, yeah, you know, he's plagiarised his whole gimmick.
Oh, my God. Bryan hangs up the Miz on the top rope. Well, you could hyperextend your knee up there. Now the Miz getting caught with big right hands. Daniel Bryan going up now. Maybe going to look. Hit a Hurricane Runner. Miz goes flying over. Now Daniel Bryan. The yes chance. Looking to finish this. Oh, no. Miz dodges out of the way. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, no.
Bryan turns into the yes lock. Cinched in deep. Go on, D, Bri.
Oh, Maurice comes in very cleverly. Now she's getting chased by Brie. Come on, Maurice, run. Well, the Miz gets out of it. Oh, skull crushing finale.
No, Bryan ducks out, rolls up Miz. 1, 2.
Oh. Somehow Miz managing to kick out. Then gets caught with a big European uppercut.
What?
Come on now, Daniel. Don't use the Miz moves against him. This is not good. Drop kick to the face. I mean, the Miz does it better, Daniel. This is pretty bad. Oh, that's it. Dodging Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan looked like he got thrown out of a moving auto vehicle. Miz now with a snapmare. They've just got the sleeper hold. Looking at Brie right in the face and saying, is this what your husband is, huh? Big man. Now Brie trying to get the fans back into it. You see the marks already up the Miz's body for Daniel Bryan's hurt him. Gets out of it, but Miz catches him. Backbreaker now, net breaker. Goes for the cover. Bryan managing to kick out.
Oh, and Miz again trying to use Daniel Bryan's kicks against him. Thus far, effectively.
Well, you got to love the Miz. He's beating Daniel Bryan at his own game here. And he's mocking Brie at the same time. He's mocking Brie at the same time. Picks him up now.
Miz looking for a superplex on Bryan.
Bryan holding on. Bryan now punched the midsection. The fans slowly get behind him. Must have hit him at least 10 times.
At least 25 times.
Miz falls all the way to the canvas.
Don't do it, Daniel. Don't do it, Daniel. Don't do it, Daniel.
Bryan.
Imitate the person you admire most.
Oh, and Daniel Bryan going for the diving headbutt. The Miz moved though. Well, looking for a tag, and if he gets it to Brie, Maurice will have to come in.
Them be them rules.
The Miz got hold of Daniel Bryan's leg. Oh.
The Miz slows him down.
Well, the Miz will know all about Mixed Match Challenge, because of course he won the first series of Mixed Match Challenge. It's Team Orska. But the Miz on the outside.
Could have been teamed up with his wife. Chose a decent partner.
He wanted the winner. But Maurice at the moment look like a winner. Well, until Bryan can get the tag to Brie.
Yes, and Brie's in. Maurice trying to shy away from responsibility. And now this is where the match gets terrible.
Now this is... you don't know that, Dan. You got to have faith, you know. Oh, the Miz in, stopping it. Brie from getting to Maurice. Big right hands.
Oh, slides between the Miz's legs. Takes out Maurice. Bounces her face first into the announce table.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that great Maurice match about this one time?
Brie Bella's gone crazy on Maurice on the announce table. Bryan's closed on the Miz to the outside. He's on the apron now. Come running out.
Bang. Running knee. Takes the Miz out. Busted him open in the process.
Oh my God. That was full impact. Brie with a yes chance. The Miz sends Daniel Bryan over to barricade. Brie throws Maurice back in. Lou Thesz press takedown. Brie up to the second rope.
Missile dropkick.
1, 2. Oh.
And the Miz pulling Brie off.
Come on, Miz. Oh,
Bryan comes in though.
He's not going to be happy. Have a man put hands on his wife. Big white hand slams him in the middle of the ring.
Dual yes kicks.
And Bryan shouting, no one touches my wife. Slapping him in the face.
Now what is Brie doing? Stealing Daniel Bryan's perfectly good moves.
Well, both it's dual kicks to the chest at the moment. Oh, Miz and Maurice both right out of the way. Well, the Miz doesn't want any more of this.
Take the count out victory, guys. Take the count out. Don't take the count out victory then.
No, Brie and Bryan, they're not like that. They want to get victory.
I'd have been happy with the count out.
Yeah, you would have been happy, but they want to pin Maurice or the Miz.
Brie throw Maurice back in the ring.
Uh-oh, it's free mode.
Running knee.
And the Miz gets caught by Daniel Bryan.
Kind of misses his cue there, I think.
Yeah, bit of a distraction. Maurice sent the Miz. Brie with a
roll
up.
1, 2. A fumbled roll up.
No, Maurice turns it round and gets the cover. No. Oh, I wasn't as bad as you were saying. That's just a little bit of a fluff. Maurice does get the cover eventually. And the Miz steals one yet again. Dan, what do you think of the match?
The Bryan Miz bit, great. The Brie Maurice bit.
I don't think it was too bad. I mean, you got to remember, Maurice had a kid since the last time she wrestled. And so is Brie Bella. So they both came back into this environment. You know, Maurice was never the greatest wrestler, but I don't think it's too bad. Like I said, it keeps the storyline continuing, doesn't it? This is the important thing about it. We will have Bryan giving the Miz his comeuppance, hopefully, even though Miz has got a few battle scars here in this one. Prediction-wise, we both stay on 3 points each because we didn't back the Miz in this match.
So this is the first one either of us have got wrong.
Yeah, and it just shows how big of a mistake it was.
Yes, I agree.
Well, Joe has found Paige backstage, and she has granted him a WWE title rematch against AJ Styles in Australia. So that's going to be an interesting news story as it develops. But up next, it is the Raw Women's title on the line. It's Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, going against
the beautiful Alexa Bliss.
Let's have a look at the promo.
It's Ronda Rousey's first singles match in WWE, and it is her first championship opportunity in the company.
Alexa Bliss, this Money in the Bank.
Alexa Bliss, one of the smartest competitors in all of WWE. Picked the perfect moment to cash in her Money in the Bank contract.
Alexa Bliss is champion.
Newsflash, Ronda. I am a 5-time women's champion, and you are nothing more than an overhyped rookie.
It does not matter how tight you hold on to that title, because at SummerSlam, it's mine!
And Rowdy Ronda Rousey is all business tonight.
There is nobody in the women's division that manipulates better than Alexa Bliss.
Absolutely dominating performance.
Look in the eyes of Ronda Rousey like a woman possessed.
I mean, at this point, what can Alexa Bliss do?
Ronda Rousey's done it. Ronda Rousey's the Raw Women's Champion. The first woman in history to win a UFC championship in the WWE Women's title. Ronda Rousey is the new Raw Women's Champion.
Congratulations to the baddest woman on the planet.
Yes, you won the championship at SummerSlam. Good for you. But luckily, I am the goddess. And I am invoking my championship rematch clause at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So Ronda, enjoy all the pictures you took, all the tears you cried, the hugs you got, because I'm taking my title back.
I am so tired of Alexa. This Sunday, I'm looking for a fight.
Who got it? Who won it? No problem. But I had to work more than competition. I can't live like the opposition. Living everything I dreamed of. Doing everything you think of. The way I work, I'm on the brink of. Doing numbers like a brain truck.
R-bar locked in. Rousey wins.
Oh, look at this. Ronda's ribs will no way be 100% this Sunday at Hell in a Cell.
Alexa Bliss may have evened the playing field.
The goddess is ready. The baddest woman on the planet might have the worst ribs in the women's division.
I have never pulled out of a fight in my life because on my worst day, I'm still the best.
Well, this all started at Money in the Bank, didn't it? When Alexa Bliss won Money in the Bank and then cashed in during the Nia Jax Ronda Rousey match. And that infuriated Rousey so much so she got suspended from WWE for 30 days, even though she did interfere at Extreme Rules, leading to the SummerSlam match between the two. And I say a match, it was more of a distraction for Ronda Rousey, beating Bliss easily and quickly with the armbar, new Raw Women's Champion. How tonight will be any different? I just don't see it. Dan,
well, can I just point out the fact of fucking Ronda Rousey's eye makeup for starters? I mean, look, come on.
So you're just going to go on appearance as opposed to
no, Ronda Rousey's quite tidy. I wouldn't kick her out of bed. She'd probably fucking break my arm, but I wouldn't kick her out of bed. I'm just going on about her fucking eye makeup. I mean,
has Bliss got any chance in this match?
Yes, she has. She's in recent weeks. She's been targeting the ribs of Ronda Rousey. She's going to go after them ribs during this match. She's going to take the ribs out. About the ribs, she's going to go pow, knock her head off, and win the match.
So you think Bliss is going to become a 6-time champion here tonight?
Oh, you have to wait and see what my predictions say, wouldn't you? Dickhead.
Well,
trying to goad me into telling you, eh?
Well, Dan, it is time for you to tell me, actually. What are your predictions in this match?
You know my theme ended with Samoa Joe versus Nanu. Well, in this match, I've picked up and no new champion.
Oh, that's how much you like Alexa Bliss. You've gone for Ronda Rousey in this one. Oh, I see. Yeah.
No, it's just how much I want to beat you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, tough luck on this one because I've gone Ronda Rousey as my winner in this. So, match 7, we got to hope we've gone different. So, here comes Alexa Bliss alongside Mickie James and
Alicia Fox.
You're so loud, Dan, you know that. And you think Bliss has got a chance in this match, even though you've not gone for her. Will you be upset if Bliss walks away as champion?
I would be like, I told you so. Sorry, this chair's a bit creaky.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Alexa Bliss is out here with Fox. I don't know what she's dressed like. And Mickie James.
Right, so let me get this right, yeah? You don't know what the fuck Alicia Fox is dressed like, but The Miz, he's like some superhero, futuristic fucking man. No. Just fucking no.
Dan, you're full of shit. You know that? I mean, what is it then? At least for The Miz, I had an explanation. What's Fox wearing? What the fuck is Bliss wearing?
Bliss, she could be wearing a black sack and she's still be the most beautiful woman on the roster.
And that's what it's all about, is it? It's about beauty and no talent. You talk
She's got talent.
Talk about talent. Here come to the most talented women in the division.
2 of the most talented dead coat wearing fathers, deads, fucking shit cunts in the fucking business.
Oh my God, there's something wrong with you here tonight. Well, Ronda Rousey's coming out here with Natalya. And yeah, in tribute to Roddy Piper and Jimmy Neidhart.
Dead and dead.
Well, yes, they are, but Ronda Rousey is not. And she'll be defending the women's title here tonight. At least she's got Natalya help out with the numbers game. That's what Bliss is going to do. Going to look for shortcuts, isn't she, you know?
See, Ronda Rousey actually looks quite tidy tonight without all that fucking gubbins on her movie. See, no makeup is better than all plastered over your face. What, are you saying women need makeup to make themselves look beautiful, James, are you?
No,
are you?
No.
Are you? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, saying
exactly.
You said gubbins on her mooey. I mean, do you want to explain that for anybody who doesn't really understand that?
All that face makeup.
Gubbins on her mooey. Right, okay, so we're gonna start off with this Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. So keys to victory, Dan. What does Little Miss Bliss have to do if she wants to walk out as champion?
She will already... Let's get my penis out. Sorry, let me just get this frog out of my throat. Alexa Bliss, win or lose, she'll walk out the champion because she is the true champion of the WWE. She doesn't need a title to claim that throne, but she needs to target the ribs that she's been injuring on Ronda Rousey throughout these past few weeks. She's had a game plan and she should stick to it and she should capitalise on it.
Well, this is the thing, but we haven't seen Rousey in any sort of trouble in WWE. So
unless it was Alexa Bliss smashing her over the back of the head with a Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing in on Nia Jax and winning.
Yeah, cashing in on Nia Jax, not Ronda Rousey.
Well,
right? So,
Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey wasn't in the match. Why would she capitalise on her? It was a singles match between her and Nia Jax.
Yeah, exactly. Bliss attacked Rousey from behind. We know this. But one-on-one, Rousey is just going to pick apart Alexa Bliss. There we go. Snapmare takedown already.
Oh, pin attempt from Bliss, though.
No.
So using her strength against her.
Well, Rousey is going to keep hold at the moment. Keep Bliss close. And then Bliss going straight to the ribs. Ronda knows this, though. Nice takedown. She's got top control. Oh, my God. Now trying to pin Bliss. That was innovative there, wasn't it?
That was very... No, Natalya don't want to get involved in this fucking match. I know what she's like, the sneaky cow.
Well, give me Natalya. Fox and Mickie James are there. Going to help out Bliss at a moment's notice.
They're just watching... observing, learning from the goddess of the WWE. Even Mickie James is learning how to become a great wrestler.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Bliss just not learned how to get knocked down there by
a closed fist, an illegal closed fist.
That close?
I'm just really not going to argue when you... Bliss is cheating to take control now.
She isn't. She's just kicking her in the midsection.
Yeah, working on the area.
Utilising the full count. Not doing anything wrong. Breaking legally and cleanly.
There we go, it's Rousey.
Closed fists again.
Not closed fists at all. Rolls her over. And now he's on top mount.
Lucky bitch.
Rousey saying
Look, and Rousey's enticing Mickie James and Alicia Fox, both of them, up onto the apron.
They both
She
got
didn't
up
need
on
to
the
point her.
apron.
No, they was just stood next to it, waiting, watching, learning, and she just brings them in it for no reason.
All right, what about that then? Rousey just threw Bliss across the ring.
She made her closer to her compatriot so they could give her some advice.
I'm sure they could. And now she's got the arm, and this is going to be it.
Spending too long taunting.
And Mickie James pulls Bliss out. Come on now, ref.
No, her leg was under the ropes already. They're not doing anything illegal.
Now Ronda's going outside.
Want to deliver an unprovoked attack to Foxy and Mickie.
Well, no, Fox and Mickie walked away and left Blissy right there.
They're staying out of it. They're staying legal.
And now she's caught between Natalya and Ronda.
Well, what's Natalya going to do? Nothing, because she won't break the rules.
Big right hand by Rousey. Throws Bliss back in.
Natalya stood there like a man who smoked crack.
Ronda. Ronda Rousey now saying to Bliss, I can beat you. And look at Bliss begging off.
No, she's saying, look, let me get some vertical base. Fight fair.
Well, stand up then, Bliss. When's she going to stand up?
She is 5 feet of fury.
Yeah, she is standing up already.
The Mickie James saw something on the ring apron and she was just wiping it off.
Well, she just got wiped out by Alexa Bliss being thrown into her by Rousey.
Well, why is Rousey bringing Foxy and Jamesy into this?
Rousey didn't bring Foxy and Jamesy into this. She dodged Bliss and Bliss went into them.
She threw her.
Oh, now Fox has lost her hat. Oh, no. The whole ensemble is off.
Can't let go of the hair, Rousey.
It's extensions
hair,
anyway. It's not a real hair. Get off the hair, Bliss. That's cheating.
It was extensions, not a real hair.
That is Rousey's real hair. I can confirm that. Bliss cheats to hang up Rousey on the top rope.
That's it. Kick her in the gut.
Well, at least she's getting a little bit
Give
of
her
offense.
the abortion.
Get a little bit of offense now, you know.
Making Rousey expel air by pinning her.
And only getting a 1 though. Can't keep it down for too long, can she?
2.
Now, I'm not going to say it's not intelligent by Bliss. Working on that injury, sending Rousey back up into the corner.
It is beautiful and intelligent from Bliss. Even though I want Rousey to win because there's a point. But then we gone for the same one, so I want Bliss to win.
Snapmare by Bliss.
Oh, look at that. The abdominal stretch there on a mat. Made famous by Wilfred Schneider. Schneebly.
And now Rousey, not been in trouble before. She's got to think about how she gets back into this one. She's obviously in pain.
Stretch her midsection out.
And at the moment, the arm's exposed and so's the leg. If she can get the leg unhooked, maybe turn around on the arm. That's what she's trying now. Picks Bliss up on the shoulders, but I don't know how much energy she's got.
Oh no, her ribs buckled. You can see the pain etched into her face as Alexa Bliss's plan is coming into fruition. Bang! Double knees. Backflip, double knees again to the midsection. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh. 2 count there from Bliss.
2.
And again, you know, she's kicking out further than 1.
Oh. And Bliss again on the attack of Rousey. And Rousey needed to finish this early. She's in a bit of trouble now. And Natalya trying to get the crowd on Natalya trying to get the crowd on Rousey's side. Now Bliss got Ronda in a corner, just stomping away. And here comes Rousey back a little bit, blocking Bliss.
So another punch with a closed fist.
Bliss on the top turnbuckle. Rousey now going to try and suplex to get the arm over.
Bliss hanging on though.
And every time she tries this move, it's going to put impact on those ribs. She's going up top.
There's Bliss elbowing away, hammering away. She can deliver a powerbomb.
Well, Rousey's still hanging on. The punch to the face and the kick. Oh my God.
And hangs Rousey upside down in a tree of woe. Double foot stomp to the midsection. Rousey must have at least 4 or 5 broken ribs.
Oh, Rousey managed to kick out.
And
even with 8 or 9 broken ribs, she's still fighting in this. Got the heart and determination.
Holly Holm.
What? All right, yeah.
Sorry, I sneezed.
How did you?
Achoo.
Well, Rousey's never been beaten in WWE.
Bliss sending Rousey for the bottom turnbuckle.
There's a full-on attack now by Alexa Bliss. They're going to work her around that ring post.
Stretching Rousey out.
And you can see the pain on Rousey. You don't hear her screaming that often.
She hasn't been against Alexa Bliss that often. Nothing. Oh, look, Natalia, why are you getting involved in this shit?
Well, Mickie James and Alicia Fox stretching Ronda Rousey round the ring post. And Natalia now suplexing Alicia Fox. Gets the justice she deserves. Rousey's got Mickie James, sends her into the other ring post. Now building some momentum. Oh!
Double crossbody, but I think Rousey's going to come off worse on that one.
Both women down now. And now Bliss. Oh, Rousey rolling up Bliss. 2. Oh. Nearly got a 3. Now going for the backside. Bliss is down again. Again up at 2.
Oh, and a swift kick to the ribs. 2. And a swift kick to the ribs there stops Rousey in her tracks.
Rousey's in serious pain. Bliss has brought it tonight. All credit to her.
Clubbing away at the ribs again.
And look at Bliss maniacally laughing at Ronda Rousey. Saying, what you going to do? Overconfidence. Uh-oh.
And Rousey grabs the wrist of Bliss.
Uh-oh. Face has changed now for Ronda. And she growls at Bliss.
I like Bliss's growler.
Oh, gut wrench into the powerbomb, just like Jack Swagger used to hit. Oh, now Rousey just punching those ribs back in position. That's how tough she is.
Rousey's certainly been crying, though. You can see the tear marks down her face.
Well, I think Bliss just back crying now. Rousey got hold of her. Look at these punches to the face.
Closed fist, ref. Closed fists.
Absolutely destroying Bliss. Got the arm, turns it round.
Oh, but Bliss again with a swift kick to the midsection. Right to them injured ribs.
Oh, and Rousey catches Bliss. Got the shoulders. Can she do it now? She hits it. The swinging Samoan drop. And now she's got the arm. And Bliss is in serious trouble. Oh, and how long? 2 seconds? And Bliss tapping out. Bliss tapping out. Rousey wins. Oh, do you like apples? How do you like them apples? Ronda Rousey still your women's champion here tonight. I think as a match, it told a story. Still very standard for Ronda Rousey, but still quite well told. Bliss looked quite strong in that, considering how bad she was defeated at SummerSlam. So I think that's a step up for Bliss. As for Rousey, it'd be interesting to see what's next. I think Natalia next to her might be in contention, friend turned bad. Rousey's selling it very well. Can't even go up the second turnbuckle because of the injuries to the ribs. Dan, what are your thoughts on that match?
Again, it was great storytelling. You see how the ribs come into play, but obviously that wasn't enough to put Ronda Rousey down. I think she's going to be on top for a little while now, and it's just who's going to be in contention to take her down. Will it be one of her four horsewomen of the MMA?
Well, it's the interesting thing. Basler is definitely due a call up soon, and I think that'll be a very interesting matchup. Prediction-wise for that, we both get a point, so it's 4 points all, leading to our main event as Ronda Rousey is celebrating. And of course, our main event is for the Universal title. It's Hell in a Cell with Mick Foley as special guest referee. It's Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. And this is actually Money in the Bank cash-in. Let's have a look at the promo.
I'm a man of my word. I said I was going to beat Brock Lesnar.
And Reigns with a spear to the champion.
And I did.
The Roman Empire is here as Universal Champion.
I also said when I won this that I was going to defend it. And that's what I plan on doing tonight.
A Superman punch. Spear. Reigns retains.
Oh no.
Is now the time. Strowman's cashing in. We've got a second championship match.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
Oh my God! Rollins, Ambrose, the Shield is here! The Hounds have returned! The bell is not rung for the match between Strowman and Reigns. The pack mentality prevailing once again. Triple powerbomb through the
Strowman is nothing but a coward.
What the hell's Strowman doing?
You have your hounds of justice? I'm not ready for you! I have my dogs of war.
Wait a minute, from behind, from behind!
We beat him down.
What the hell's going on?
We feast on their bloody carcasses.
This is out of control. Complete mayhem.
Big dog.
Reigns can't defend himself.
I'm going to dismantle you. I'm going to break your spirit. I'm going to break your body. You and we're going to go to war in a place we've never done it before. Hell in a Cell.
It's always been about you and I. And I'm going to be the one who wins it.
Reigns with a Superman punch to Strowman. And here comes Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman going after one another.
I'm taking Roman's Universal Championship, and I'm sending him straight to hell.
Wait a minute.
Do you want me to go to hell? I'm taking you with me.
Reigns and Strowman locked inside Hell in a Cell.
Well, we've seen Braun Strowman. He tried to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on an occasion. He got thwarted by the Shield, who then triple powerbombed him through an announce table. But that, of course, got Braun Strowman to get his own dogs of war in Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, who we saw in action earlier against the other two members of the Shield. And, you know, they've kind of been at a stalemate. It took the whole locker room to keep these two teams apart. And so, you know, Braun Strowman said, right, you know, how am I going to do it without you guys being involved? Right, I'll do it. Hell in a Cell. I'll cash in there. You guys can't get in. My guys can't get in. It'll be one-on-one. It'll be a fair match. And this is how we have it here.
I think with Strowman, he's gone on a weird journey. Like the heel turn after SummerSlam. Was that the right move for Strowman because of how beloved he was? But there's only so many stunts that he can do every night to get the crowd kind of into it, you know. And I think Owens was the guy just taking most of the beatings throughout that time as well. So they've got a different way with this. Part and parcel, I understand why the Shield came back because of obviously injustice. Strowman said he wouldn't cash in on a defeated opponent. He tried to, and obviously that's what happened with the night after SummerSlam with Shield coming back. But getting McIntyre was a stroke of genius, I think, with Strowman. Will he be successful tonight? Well, he's got a chance to prove it, hasn't he? It's inside Hell. It's one-on-one. There is no excuse anymore. It's Money in the Bank cash-in going against Roman Reigns, your Universal Champion, who's getting a great response coming out here now.
Well, he's universally hated. So prediction-wise, James, last one, this one, it is all or nothing for the points. For the pay-per-view point, who have you gone for?
It's been neck and neck, hasn't it? But I feel, because this is a Money in the Bank cash-in, that your winner and still Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. I've gone Reigns in this one.
Well, for the first 3 title matches, I went for new champions. The past 2, I've gone for retains or stay the same champion. So what would you say my
I think you've gone, to surprise it all, I think you've gone Strowman in this one.
Well, I have, James. I have gone for Strowman Reigns.
Oh. Well, that means it is a draw then, no matter what happens in this match. We finish at level. So pay-per-view points then. I mean, quite incredibly how tight this is. It goes 7-7 on pay-per-view points. As we look forward to our main event.
After I had such a commanding lead.
Yeah, I know. All the way. And then since WrestleMania, it's been level ever since.
I didn't want you to get bored of it, you see, so I didn't want you to think, oh, look, he's completely whooping me. That's why I've thrown in a few silly ones there.
Well, we've had interesting tonight. Like I say, the first one we got wrong was the Brian Bree versus Miz and Maurice match. Of course, run through the card, bring you all the latest news and Raw and SmackDown review after this show as well. We actually haven't got a Hell in a Cell wrap-up show, if you know what I mean. That work. But I suppose, you know, with the kickoff being an hour and this, we're going into what?
3 hours, 40 minutes.
Yeah, we've still got about another.
Did you know that they actually finished this pay-per-view 20 minutes early?
Did they finish it 20 minutes early?
Normally it's 4 hours, isn't it?
Yeah. Here we go, face to face. Foley's out here as well. What was the reaction he got?
Foley is God.
Both men just staring at each other. Do you think we're going to see any big stunts in this match?
No. You're just going to see some hard-hitting affairs. We'll probably see a couple of weapons like the ring steps or a chair or a Singapore cane. Hello, cane. But I don't think we're going to see anyone jumping off the top of the cell. I don't think we're going to see any flying through the air moments.
Well, I don't know. As we started this off strong and Reigns and Strowman start punching right away. Reigns back Strowman up in the corner with clotheslines. These two men have got great chemistry together, I will say that. They've had a couple of really good matches. And Strowman uses his power, pushes Reigns in the corner with a clothesline. Reigns out with a big boot low. And now Reigns going with a big right hand. Strowman catches him. Into the ring post by Strowman.
Is it a reinforced Hell in a Cell for these two guys?
I think it will be, yeah. Reigns up in the apron. Strowman throws Reigns off. Hits the side of the Hell.
Mick's like, you're right. There's nothing. Is your teeth sticking through your nose? No, get up then. Cunt.
Well, keys to victory. What do Reigns have to do with victory here, Dan?
He has to weather the early storm from Strowman. He has to try and find his way into this match and just keep capitalising on that, whether it be with weapons or whether it just be just by sheer luck.
I think Strowman's got to put him away early. I think with Reigns, he's such a tough customer. He just needs to hit. I would say it's a Goldberg way of beating someone.
Hit him hard, hit him fast.
Exactly, and hopefully get the job done, walk out there Universal Champion. It's going to be difficult. I mean, think about the journey Roman Reigns has been on, looking for this title for so many kind of years now, even trying to beat Brock Lesnar, that guy. All of a sudden, he gets the job done. Does a little bit of the kind of hunger, a little bit of the determination wear off for him now he's champion? Does he maybe take his eye off the ball a little bit and let Strowman come in? I mean, these are the questions you got to ask. You know, and how much of those battles with Lesnar this past year have they taken out of Roman Reigns? He stepped in hell now with a monster among men, you know. So Reigns has put himself in a difficult predicament, but he's fighting at the moment. Sends Strowman to the outside,
and Strowman just shoulder tackles Roman into the cell. Reigns didn't come in.
These men have got fantastic recovery power as well. So even when you think you've hurt them, they'll be right back up again. Strowman just stands on Reigns with that boot. Strowman just throwing around Reigns at the moment, into the apron, into the stairs, into the side of the steel.
To the feet of Foley.
And now Strowman looking at those stairs. I think he's got an idea.
Strowman's dangerous enough with his hands.
Yeah, he doesn't need stairs, and he's got them, but Reigns up.
Drive by to the stairs into the face of Strowman.
I think Reigns might be already busted open. And again, another drive by to Strowman. You can see Reigns got Connor's cure on the back of his vest there, supporting that charity.
He's going to wish he had cancer after Strowman's finished with him. No, not too much.
I'm leaving it in and see what happens.
Don't.
Strowman comes off, Reigns comes off the stairs, catched by Strowman.
Oh, and he choke slams him onto the edge of the ring apron. Mick Foley's like, you call that a choke slam? I was choke slam through the top of this cell, you cunt.
Huge impact there. And now Strowman looking underneath the apron. Well, you said the kendo stick or Singapore cane. Strowman's got one in his hand. He's saying, no, he don't want it. No.
He wants a chair. Chairs make him smile. But Reigns with a Singapore cane, he's not shy to use it. And after 3 hits, it's been broken over Strowman, who catches it, snaps it in half, and just throws it away.
And now he's got a hold of Reigns, throws him back in. But as he tries to sort the apron out and come in, Reigns catches him.
And Reigns going for the chair to the midsection and across the back as well.
And Strowman is not downed by this. A second huge chair strike. Strowman still standing.
And a third attempt, he gets caught by Strowman. He just throws the chair down, comes charging towards Reigns, who was in the corner, but Reigns sidesteps. Strowman hits the ring post. Superman punch. Spear.
Reigns tasting the blood in his mouth. It's like he's going to try DDT. Right on the chair. Goes for the cover of Strowman. 2. Oh my God.
But Strowman kicking out with authority.
Well, you can see how much power left in Braun Strowman.
Superman punch locked and loaded.
Here comes Roman Reigns. Bang!
Hits him. Doesn't even drop Strowman.
And Reigns is shocked by that.
Loads up a second attempt. Bang! Still doesn't drop Strowman, who's staggering about.
Well, how tough is Braun Strowman?
He's as tough as a $2 steak.
And here comes Reigns
lucky
again.
for Reigns. Oh, gets caught. Choke slam.
Goes for the cover. And Foley, oh my God.
Well, Foley counted 3, but Reigns got his shoulder up before that.
Well, it looked like that, didn't it? And Strowman shouting at Foley saying, I should have been champ.
Rightfully so. Get your head out your ass, Mick.
And Strowman is furious with Foley, looking to pick up Reigns for a power slam.
Strowman runs into a big boot from Reigns.
Reigns managed to escape from that. And then dodge out the way of Strowman. Comes running in again.
Pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2.
Oh. Well, Strowman popped him up. Reigns hit the Superman punch. Couldn't get the job done, though.
Sponsored by WWE Champions.
Strowman rolls to the outside. Reigns wondering what to do next.
Goddamn kids.
Goddamn shit's not me out, boy.
Well, Reigns is searching for something. A way out of here.
Well, Reigns won't want to escape. He wants to hurt Braun Strowman. And he's got what he wants.
Oh, a table. Foley saying tables are good. Tables are good.
Yep, it's good. And Reigns placing the table inside. Reigns cannot believe Strowman's back to his feet. It's like Frankenstein's monster. Oh, he's back.
Now, Reigns is taking a bit too long here.
Well, he's scouting Strowman. I wonder what he's got planned. No, he's not, is he?
Ooh, well, he's going to build up a head of steam.
And that is a hell of a steam to build up. Round the ring, here he comes. Oh!
Runs into the steel steps that Strowman was armed with. And he throws him into the ring.
Strowman throws Reigns back in. But now he's got those stairs. And they're going to be Reigns' worst enemy. Don't turn around, Roman.
Oh!
4 impact. Goes for the cover. 1, 2.
Well, Reigns got them stairs.
I managed to kick out as well. I mean, those stairs weigh at least £300.
At least £500 to £600. He's calling him a moron.
And he shouts, why won't you stay down, you moron? Which I suppose, you know, in this PG era, even though it's not felt very PG in Hell here tonight, I want Foley to set up that table and just bump through it himself. That's how crazy he is. But
you want to use a table?
There's only been one question of Foley at the moment, and now Strowman's got the stairs. Roman down on Reigns. Oh!
Straight to the midsection of Roman.
Well, that vest might have some protection, but not too much. And Strowman just throws those £600 stairs into the side of the cell.
Yeah, he throws them £800 stairs into the side of the cell. Just discards them.
And now picking up Roman with his vest. I mean, he's got to have internal injuries, Dan.
Most definitely. He's mangled up his guts.
Rib injuries, and Strowman has delivered even worse to Reigns. Running power slam. New
this
champion.
is it. 1, 2.
Oh!
And Reigns managing to kick out.
Strowman cannot believe it.
I like the fact he's got his nipples hanging out of his top.
Now Strowman's wondering what it's going to take to put Roman away. Talk about the journey Roman got here to be Universal Champion. He wants to keep hold of it. And Strowman desperately trying to take it away, setting up that table down the corner.
Get this table.
The table's set up and Strowman's got a mad look in his eyes.
When hasn't he?
Strowman picks up Reigns. Running power slam for the table. No. Reigns dodged it.
Oh, Superman punches Rock Strowman. Superman punch again.
Reigns Go look to spear Strowman.
Oh, spears him through that table.
Can he capitalise? Roll Strowman through. One,
two.
two.
Oh. Strowman just managing to kick out.
Oh my God! And as both men down here come Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
As if getting beaten near half to death by the Shield earlier wasn't enough for these two guys.
Oh, speaking of Shield, here they come. It's Ambrose and Rollins taking out McIntyre. And now they're going to go after Dolph.
Well, they're going to trap him.
Well, they're fanning out either side of the cell. And Ziggler's got nowhere to go at this moment in time. Tries to run through the barricade, but they catch him. And now sending him into the side of the cell. And they're mugging Dolph Ziggler at this moment in time.
They're just using their intelligence. They're going to send him through the announce table.
Oh my God, they're clearing the monitors.
They're going to monitor the situation.
Oh, here comes Big Two. There you go, taking out both men. Sending Ambrose and Rollins into the side of the cell.
Look, 3 former heavyweight champions and Drew McIntyre.
He don't like monitors. And Drew now clearing the table again.
Ambrose turning the tables back on Drew though. Wailing away at each other.
Drew got the better of Ambrose though. Sends him over barricade. And now Ziggler's climbing the cell. And what the hell is the show off doing up there?
He's going to show off.
He's running away from Rollins. And what's Rollins going to do? Well, that is at least 30 foot up.
So at least 40 to 50 foot up in the air.
And they're on top of the cell. And Foley's like, I remember that.
So, good luck, guys. Watch it don't collapse.
My God, Rollins up there. And so is Ziggler waiting for him. And now both men fighting on top of the cell. Oh my God, this is so dangerous, such a precarious position. Rollins going to suplex Ziggler.
Well, Drew's making his way up the side of the cage.
Oh, now Ziggler's got Rollins. He's going to throw him off the side. No, Rollins stopping him. No, Rollins, do not powerbomb Ziggler. Oh my God. McIntyre up though, big kick to Rollins. And now both men beating down Seth Rollins.
It's a 2-on-1 assault. Dean Ambrose is going to even the odds there, and he's got a cane strapped to him as well.
You don't want to make a mistake climbing up the side of the cell. McIntyre's a big man. Is that cell sagging a little bit? Super kick by Ziggler to Rollins. The action has stopped completely in the ring at this moment in time. And now Dean Ambrose is out on the cell.
Going crazy with a kendo stick. Beat him.
Get out of there, Drew. It's not worth it.
Go on, take the long drop off.
Oh, McIntyre catches kendo stick. And now both men just brawling. Oh.
Double clothesline, both men down.
My God, all 4 down on the top of the cell.
What happened to the 2 men in the cell?
Exactly. What happened to the actual match?
People's getting bored of it.
And Ziggler now trying to get down the cell is the best idea. Of course, last year at Hell in a Cell, we saw Shane O'Mac coming off against Kevin Owens thanks to Sami Zayn. And now
Shane did hit something.
Oh,
hit
yeah.
the announce table. And then the ground.
But Ziggler escaping. Rollins got hold of his hair. Oh, Ziggler's safe now, thank God. Oh, Ziggler's away, thank God. And he's climbing his way down now. But here comes Rollins. Now both men halfway up the cell. So that's about, what, 20 feet? At least 30 to 40 feet up there.
At least 50 to 60 foot up there.
Oh my God, both men fighting. Headbutt to Rollins. Rollins going to go. No, holding on. It's got Ziggler low. Oh my God, Rollins. No.
Ziggler. No.
Oh, nearly. Rollins lost 1 foot. And he's got Ziggler. They both sent each other into the cell. Oh! Oh my God. They're dead. Rollins and Ziggler just go off the side of the cell. Through the announce tables. And Foley's like, shit, son. They've just wiped each other out. What the hell?
Well, here comes the pain.
It's Brock Lesnar's music. It's Brock Lesnar. And what is Brock Lesnar doing here? Paul Heyman in tow. He's got a beard. Lesnar's got a beard. And no, unlock the cage door. Lesnar wants in there. Heyman asking for the goddamn key. And Oh my God!
Lesnar don't need no goddamn key.
He just ripped the cage door off its hinges.
Just call him Kane.
Holy shit, and Lesnar's here. And he climbs the door, getting into the ring. And this match, I guess, is still ongoing. And oh no!
Pepper spray to the face of Foley.
Lesnar just rearranging furniture at the moment.
Oh, picking up them broken bits of table and just whacking Strowman with it. One for Reigns.
Another one for Strowman.
So when Lesnar's supposed to turn up, he's nowhere to be seen. When he's not supposed to turn up, he's here.
And he looks in good shape at the moment. Oh, what? I thought Lesnar was done with the WWE. Now Lesnar picking up Strowman. Oh my God.
F5 to Strowman. Brock's beard.
I know, but Brock looks weird with a beard. But he means business. Well, we wondered about the Monster Among Men and the Roman Empire, but it was the Beast Incarnate inside Hell in a Cell. He's got Roman Reigns. And he just F5s him with Strowman. Alright, WWE, you got one over on us. Well done. Lesnar arriving is shocking. Mark Cole said no one in a million years saw it coming. Fair play. And Lesnar walks out. And then we've still got a match to go on.
Well, anything goes. He's called for the bell.
No, what, the Hell in a Cell match? You can't call for a bell. And Hell in a Cell ends unbelievably like this. I mean, was it a draw? I mean, I'm going to give myself a point with that, Dan. What about you?
I'm going to give myself a point.
Yeah, I'll give myself. So that's 5 points all. We end clear. What do you think of the match?
There were some good moments in it. Absolutely fucking hated that bullshit ending.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't make any sense, did it? You know, like, why did that just happen when it's Hell in a Cell? Anything goes, and yet you're doing it like that. Very, very strange here. I don't think it's a bad match, but I think the last 10 minutes was completely different to anything that was actually a main event of a pay-per-view. But we'll get on to that. We'll review the cards in a minute, and we'll have the latest news, Raw and SmackDown, after this break. Alright, so let's have a look at it then. From top to bottom. So we started off kickoff show. It's New Day versus Rusev Day. Dan, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was quite a good match. It was a standard tag team match. It was a good start for the show. Both, all four men have got good chemistry together, and they just put in a solid performance.
I think that's what it was really, wasn't it? It was solid, not spectacular. Maybe given a little bit more time on the main show, they could have done more, but they didn't really need to, I think the only complaint, it could have been a little bit longer. Tensions between Rusev Day, I really don't want to see it to end. And the New Day still your tag team champions. What would you score out of 5 for that one?
I gave that a 3.5.
I gave that 3.5 out of 5 as well. I thought it was a good way to start the show. Then the main pay-per-view started with Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. This was brutal. I put ear, because that ear thing with a screwdriver around it and twisting it is probably one of the sickest things I've seen. Such a great spot, not like a whole load of blood, but just absolutely gruesome. It was a great way to start the show, the Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton rivalry as well. A few good enough spots in there. I think it was a relative strong Hell in a Cell match,
It was a bloody good match, yeah. Again, reel it right in your point, brutal. You saw the welts on Randy Orton after the match, his gash on his leg. Jeff Hardy having to be stretchered out of here, It was a solid performance by both guys.
Yeah, no, I think it was a really, really good match. I gave that 4.5 out of 5.
I gave that a 4.5 out of 5 too. If it was an RKO off of that last spot, that would have been a perfect 5 for me.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised we didn't see the RKO, but we didn't need it because Orton capitalised on Jeff Hardy's mistakes, So, up next was the women's title match, Lynch versus Charlotte. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was again a solid, good match. Two brilliant in-ring performers. And the quick victory at the end of it as well, it's kind of left it open. I didn't even realise it had ended, personally, but, it was the 3 count and new champion.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Like I say, kind of out of nowhere. It was a shock factor. I think it's quite a good match, though. I gave that 3. What did you give that a 5?
I gave that 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 as well. I thought it was quite good. McIntyre, Ziggler, Ambrose and Rollins. It's a classic tag team match. All the spots work right in this one, and even the finish with a Claymore kick. It makes McIntyre look so strong. Like he's the reason why Ziggler's basically retaining the titles. And I don't think it took anything away from Ambrose and Rollins either. What do you think of the match?
Yeah, again, it was great chemistry between these four guys. It doesn't really take anything away. It is certainly building up McIntyre. And Ziggler just been along for the ride. I think that's benefiting him greatly.
Yeah, I gave that 4 3/4 out of 5.
I gave that a 3.5 out of 5.
I really enjoyed that one. Then the WWE title, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. The crowd wasn't too hot for this one. A weird finish with it as well. But I still think it was a quite solid match, though.
I thought it was solid, but it wasn't special enough for what they've been hyping between these two guys. I just don't think they've delivered everything they can do.
No, what did you give it out of 5?
I've given that a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave that 3 out of 5 as well. I think that missed a spot. And the next match as well, completely missed as well. Bryan and Brie versus Miz and Maurice. It was good, but it's a bit too silly. It took away from the kind of personal rivalry that the Miz and Bryan have got, even though Daniel Bryan tried to show it a little bit in the match. I still think it took away of it. And another Miz victory. I can maybe understand why they've done it for, but you need Bryan to win sooner rather than later, And the Brie and Maurice stuff just didn't work out for me. What are your thoughts?
No, the Bryan and Miz work was solid. Both of them guys put in a solid performance. Maurice is absolutely awful. I don't know why the fuck she goes in the ring for. She's potentially taken away the spot that someone else could have had. I gave that a 3 out of 5. Not that you asked, but I told you anyway.
Yeah, I gave that 3 out of 5 as well. Like I said, I completely agree with you. Then the women's title, Bliss versus Rousey. A standard match, a story told, but well worked by both Bliss and Rousey. I was pleased to see Bliss giving a bit more offense, but I think Rousey needed to come off as the victor in this one. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was, again, good storytelling. Obviously, with the side of the ribs playing into it. And, Bliss, I think she looked a bit more stronger in this match than she did in the last match. And, I don't know, Rousey just kind of looks a bit more defeatable now as well.
But I think that's a relatable thing to have. I think she needs that. She can't keep being the monster of the women's division. Otherwise, it's going to put people against her, isn't it? 3.5 out of 5 for me for that one.
I gave that 3.5 as well, yeah.
Yeah, 3.5. And then the main event, Reigns versus Strowman.
Yes, it was, there was some good moments in it. I did like the outside interference involving Ziggler, McIntyre, Ziggler, McIntyre, Ambrose and Rollins. I don't know how they managed to stay down for that long, especially two monsters of the company. Absolutely hated the fucking ending, and it was complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah, well, the finish of the match weren't great, and the last 10 minutes turned to a stunt. You kind of forgot about the action in the ring, and then you had the 4 men fighting on top, off the side of the cell as well, for that kind of big bump that you got. But the one thing I will credit WWE on, and not the finish, obviously, but the fact this day and age, with all the the internet and the sources that they got and the people coming around, to be able to keep the Brock Lesnar thing an actual secret, I think is really well done, because that could have come out in the news and it didn't. And to be able to keep that secret and to be able to pay it off, it still was a big shock and a surprise what happened there, So I think credit to them. But obviously not for the finish. What did you give that out of 5?
I gave that a 3 out of 5.
I gave that 3.5 out of 5. Because I still think Reigns and Strowman, you got to credit them for what they did in the match, even though, it wasn't a lot happening. It was all outside interference and stuff. I still think credit to them. So match of the night for you, Len, I guess by your rating, is Randy Orton then.
Yes, it was a Randy Orton Jeff Hardy match, absolutely brutal. And it was, it was the only personal story out of the lot of them that had not only a definitive end, but it actually felt like it meant something during the match as well.
Yeah, well, I've got to say my match tonight was a McIntyre, Ziggler versus Ambrose and Rollins.
Yeah, you would.
Well, you would Orton as well, wouldn't you? But, I think this tag match really told a story of where these two teams are going, and I really liked it that they're not too, proper tag teams, as they say, but they are, with Ziggler and McIntyre and Ambrose and Rollins. I'll never get tired of watching them, and I'm really going to look forward to the kind of Shield versus Strowman, Ziggler and McIntyre as well. I think it's going to be good. So that's my match tonight. What was your rating out of 10?
I gave that a 7.75 out of 10. I don't think, aside from a couple of good matches and a couple of standout matches, nothing else really kind of mattered in the pay-per-view.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I think this pay-per-view you can watch in its entirety and not be bored I mean, there's a couple of matches there. Styles and Joe, that's still entertaining enough. And even the Brian Bree match, which is, not the greatest in-ring action you're going to see, but it's still not dull. And even the end with a bullshit finish, you're still getting a bit of excitement. So I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 for me for Hell in the Cell. So we move on now, and because we had so much kind of news and new content, just this week alone, we'll do a quick kind of what is like a WWE Network Review wrap-up. We'll talk about Raw and SmackDown in a bit, of course, but first up, it's new content, and it was September 16th, Mick Foley, 20 years of Hell.
Absolutely fucking love this. For an hour and 15 minutes, how he can just talk about, these significant moments in his career is absolutely amazing, and the emotion that he delivers to it, and just the way that he talks as well. He brought it into it. He had me hooked throughout the whole show, and it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you told me to watch it, and I did catch it as well. It's on Original Specials. You're going to go see it on the network. And it's basically a stand-up. Mick Foley has been doing stand-up these past few years now. And it was on the date of the Hell in a Cell match, 20 years on the date in Pittsburgh as well, which is quite cool. And basically talking about it, if you've read his book, his first autobiography, then there's a lot of stories he tells in that on the stage. But it is really worthwhile because you can see the passion, you can see he cares. And I was saying to Dan off air that, as general manager, we thought maybe he lost a step or two. But you can see this is where he really, comes to life. We saw him get upset towards the end. There's a couple of really great stories that he told in this as well. So it is definitely one to watch on the WWE Network. Dan, any story that took your eye, anything in particular that made you laugh?
There was the bit about him getting recruited into WWE as well, how every year when his contract was up, he'd phone up and, it'd be like a 30-second phone call basically saying no. And then JR kind of scouted him and got him into the company, and, the rest is history.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it was Vince McMahon saying that I want to see your guy get crushed, JR, and Foley realised that it was thanks to JR he got the job, and Vince actually didn't like him, But there's lots of impressions that he did as well with Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk. And actually talking about the Hell in a Cell match and what it means to him now, because he hated people coming up to him and talking to him about it. And now he realised actually one of those matches that will live on past The Undertaker or Mick Foley's life. There's two men in that match. And as we watched it, it's a 20-year anniversary. It is a hell of a match as well, Anyway, up next, WWE Story Time, September 17th. And it was Family Feuds. That was the last episode in the series.
And then we had WWE Music Power 10 for the SummerSlam week as well.
And then WWE Hidden Gems Fighting 50s. Rito Romero versus Danny Savage. August 26th, 1952.
I bet that was some grainy black and white footage.
It is grainy black and white footage. It is worthwhile going back and watching it. I am watching kind of like history of wrestling on the network. It's great we've got some 50s stuff. But now on to a bit of news.
Strowman is having the time of his life on Monday Night Raw in the WWE as he's arguably the most popular superstar on the brand.
For many fans, the Monster Among Men is seen as the alternative. For many fans, the Monster Among Men is seen as the alternative instead of getting behind the Red Brand's top babyface and Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
He's being built in that manner too, as his in-ring record for the number of times since July 2016 brand split where his singles push really began.
In roughly 90 total matches across Raw, pay-per-view and the Mixed Match Challenge, but not including house shows, Strowman has only been pinned 3 times.
Of those 3 pins, he was pinned by the same superstar twice, that being Reigns, while the other time he was pinned by Brock Lesnar.
Well, the fact Strowman's only been pinned 3 times since 2016 is why he's so popular with WWE, but recently a Reddit user brought up an alarming point about his recent and upcoming run.
It was stated on Reddit that Strowman's recent push is a lot like that of Ryback at the time he was challenging CM Punk for the WWE Championship several years ago.
Well, they said anybody else getting a Ryback deja vu with Strowman?
Both monster characters who were massively over as babyfaces, hurt by losing title matches. Ryback was never going over Punk. Braun will not go over Reigns. Both then turned heel only to be buried and never yay or nay.
Well, you can see where the Reddit user is coming from. It's quite worrying how the pushes seem so similar. And weirdly enough, Ryback was unsuccessful against CM Punk 6 years ago at Hell in a Cell and never really recovered from that. Will we see the same from Braun Strowman?
My client.
Well, Brock Lesnar will get a payday well into the 7 figures to wrestle in Saudi Arabia.
Jesus Christ. Well, Brock Lesnar made a surprise return at last night's Hell in a Cell pay in the main event. That shouldn't come as a surprise to fans who are paying attention, because on the Raw after SummerSlam, Paul Heyman said that his client was not happy about not being afforded the opportunity to get his rematch at Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Well, the plan is for Lesnar to wrestle Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for the Universal Championship when WWE returns to Saudi Arabia on the 2nd of November.
Well, WWE has not released an exact number on how much they're getting for every show they put on in Saudi Arabia, but the belief is approximately $45 million for the Greatest Royal Rumble in April. This means that the WWE can afford to pay more money to bring in bigger names, and that's why they're able to offer big money to names like Undertaker, Shawn Michaels and Lesnar for the show on the 2nd of November. WWE is also getting a big money for the show in Australia on the 6th of October.
Well, Dave Meltzer is reporting that Lesnar is going to get well into the 7 figures for the matches in Saudi Arabia.
That just goes to show that you can never predict what happens because money talks, and there's always another match on the horizon for him as long as the money is right. It is worth noting that Lesnar is in the USADA testing pool. He still plans to fight Cormier in 2019, but he has yet to sign his UFC fight deal.
Well, Mike Johnson expanded on Lesnar's stats with WWE, where he discussed the fact that Lesnar was spotted in New York City for meeting 2 weeks ago, but couldn't confirm why Brock Lesnar was in town. But now is expected to be more of a face in WWE than first thought when he dropped the Universal title at SummerSlam.
I tend to believe that unless something happens that would keep Brock from fighting, we'll see Brock fight in the Octagon again. And we'll see him wrestle for WWE at least at major events going forward, at least in the short-term future.
Therefore, you can probably look at all the big events WWE's lined up, and it might be a good idea to factor Brock Lesnar into those plans.
Sensational.
Well, former WWE personality Jason Sensation spoke Monday about a recent tweet in which he threatened to commit suicide at Monday Night Raw in Toronto.
Appearing on the Hannibal TV, Sensation suggested he was just trying to get attention.
Well, Sensation said he was hoping to get a reply for someone within WWE.
I say something stupid every now and then because I'm hurting and I'm just trying to get a reaction out of them. Do you even notice me? Why can't you see me? It's from a place of being hurt and never getting a mention back. I can never get a mention back.
Well, Triple H will sign the wellness program letter to me. He'll sign it personally and send it to me, but I can never get a tweet back or a message. I feel like I've been blacked out from them. I can never get their attention.
Well, Sensation wrote the following in the since deleted tweet, October 27th, before Raw in Toronto, per our sources. I got my gun through security and I will shoot myself in the head and kill myself during tonight's Raw in Toronto. Don't you dare miss it. Thanks for the memories at WWE.
Well, on Monday, Sensation said he suffers from depression and mental issues, and added that he's very hurt about the way his WWE career ended.
Well, the 55-year-old Sensation is a comedian and actor who made some appearances for WWE in 1999 and 2000.
Yeah, most famously impersonated Owen Hart in a segment that saw DX make a mockery of the nation.
Sensation said he was detained by police due to the tweet, but made it clear Monday that he had no intention to kill himself. I don't want to die. I don't want to kill myself. When I had a heart attack, I realised I didn't want to die. So when push came to shove, I don't really want to die, so I regret sending that tweet out.
What a fucking idiot. Anyway.
Well, there's got people talking about him.
Yeah,
I mean, the number
true.
one podcast in the world is talking about him.
Yeah, that's true. Well, now we move on to the WWE Championship.
It is the crown jewel of the company, and it has a long historic lineage of huge names that have strapped the belt around their waist.
From Bruno Sammartino to Hulk Hogan to Ric Flair and The Undertaker to Stone Cold Steve Austin. The list of superstars is literally endless.
Not Bobby Roode, though. But recently, the title has had to take a backseat to its newly founded counterpart, the Universal Championship.
Well, following the 2016 brand split and subsequent move of then WWE Champion Dean Ambrose to SmackDown, Raw had to create a new belt to head the brand. And so the all-red belt was introduced at SummerSlam, with Finn Balor being the inaugural holder.
Well, Brock Lesnar has held that particular title since April 2017, all the way up until last month, where Roman Reigns finally dethroned the Beast Incarnate.
The WWE title has seen a fair share of holders of Ambrose, Styles, Cena, Bray Wyatt, Jinder Mahal all carrying the belt at some point in the previous 2 years.
And a user from Reddit has said that since the brand split took place, there's been a worrying trend when it comes to co-branded pay-per-views and the WWE title.
Well, that trend is that it's never been in the main event of a card since Raw and SmackDown became separate entities once again. That's over 2 years and not one main event.
There has been special events where a non-title match has gone on last over the championship.
For example, at the 2016 SummerSlam and WrestleMania 33 in 2017, both Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt against Randy Orton were pushed down the card and favoured were bouts between Orton and Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker and Roman Reigns respectively.
Well, more recently, Extreme Rules, whilst then Universal Champ Lesnar was inactive, an Intercontinental title match between Ziggler and Rollins went on last, while AJ Styles and Rusev simply had to make do with the second to last bout on the card.
Well, probably that Vince McMahon simply thinks SmackDown isn't that important compared to Raw.
But when Fox Sports takes over the rights to SmackDown Live in October 2019, they must be expecting the bout to play a prominent role within the company after paying a substantial fee for the rights, instead of it being consigned to the Support Act like it has been for the last 2 years.
And now we move on to 205 Live. And looking at this week's WWE Network schedule, 205 Live is no longer in its usual spot after SmackDown at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. An episode of W24 is scheduled to air next week's time slot. Jumping this Wednesday to a new episode 205 Live is slotted for 7 p.m. Eastern, right before this week's episode of NXT and the Mae Young Classic. Under WWE show page, the change has also been made.
Well, WWE is yet to make an official announcement on this change. No word yet if the tapings will continue to take place after SmackDown or if WWE will move them to another venue. It's possible this change is temporary to make room for the 14-episode WWE Mixed Challenge, which will begin this Tuesday with a 10 to 10 pre-show, with a 10 to 10 slot, and 2 matches taking place afterwards at 10. The Mixed Match Challenge will air on Facebook Watch.
And we'll bring that during a couple of months, but I think Wednesdays would be the proper wrestling show now. You know, you've got Raw on Mondays, SmackDown Tuesdays, and then you've got not only 205 Live, NXT, and then the Mae Young Classic. I mean, that is a pretty good block to have, isn't it, you know, TV. Anyway, move on to injury.
Yes, and as noted, Alexa Bliss is currently out of action with an arm injury. The storyline is that Bliss suffered the injury during the WWE Hell in a Cell match with Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. Bliss was pulled from Season 2 of Mixed Match Challenge and will at least miss the upcoming weekend WWE live events. There was some talk as if Bliss rejoining the Mixed Match Challenge competition if she's able to get cleared in time, but Ember Moon has replaced her in the team with Braun Strowman.
Bliss's injury, the reports that Bliss is suffering from numbness in her left arm. They had the injury happen at Hell in a Cell, was just part of the storyline.
Well, Bliss is only cleared for minimal exertion right now, so she will be able to work for a limited role. It's possible Bliss acts as a manager for some of the other female heel superstars at live events, but word is she's been pulled altogether.
Yeah, so hopefully she'll be back in time for an Evolution match against Trish Stratus. But anyway, retirement. In a surprise announcement, W superstar Matt Hardy revealed he's walking away from the squared circle.
Well, Hardy posted a video on Twitter saying he's fulfilled his appearance obligations with WWE after a house show in Texas and was going to spend time with his family.
He said, "It's time for me to go home, to be a father and a husband. I did so much more than I ever imagined I would do in this industry. Thanks for making this incredible journey with me, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all."
Well, Hardy was sure to mention that you never say never when it comes to wrestling retirements, but that it's time for me to go home.
Well, speculation surrounding Hardy's future picked up last month when he tweeted that his lower back and pelvis had begun fusing together after years of high-flying moves. His wife, Rebel Hardy, said in an interview with Sirius that he was going through a transitional period and he was doing more backstage work.
At 43 years old, Hardy has been in the wrestling business since 1992. He made his WWE debut in 94 and became a fixture during the Attitude Era with his brother Jeff Hardy as the Hardy Boys.
Well, the duo won the WWE Tag Team title 7 recently after return to the company at WrestleMania 33 in 2017. Wow, so that's the news this week, big news. And now, Dan, we move on to your
Raw review.
Yeah, so you watched Raw this week, yeah?
Yeah.
What were your favourite moments on it?
Well, you know, of course, we heard the announcement that Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar is set for WWE Crown Jewel. Dean Ambrose had a very, very good match against Drew McIntyre, which unfortunately he was on the losing side of.
Oh, so McIntyre beat Ambrose?
Wow, cheated.
Oh, did McIntyre beat Ambrose, though, did he?
Cheated.
He did beat him, though, didn't he?
Cheated.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a very good match, guys. And, obviously they are definitely going with pushing McIntyre. Chad Gable with some unknown wrestler in his corner went against Victor and Connor of the Ascension. You remember that great tag team?
Did he win, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won, though, didn't
terrible
they?
match.
Yeah, they won, though, didn't they? Yeah.
Undertaker announces that Kane will be in his corner at Super Showdown. Bayley with Sasha Banks went against Dane with a Bayley to Bayley. Authors of Pain, again, beating down local competitors with a Super Collider. Absolutely fucking brutal match. Rollins defeated Ziggler by pinfall to retain the Intercontinental Championship after Ziggler cashed in his rematch clause. The Riot Squad ruins Ronda Rousey's open challenge. Bobby Lashley went against Elias again. Leo Rush was in his corner. Fun.
Who won that?
Elias defeated Lashley.
Wow.
By disqualification.
Cool. Oh.
Mickey James and Alicia Fox with Alexa Bliss went against Ember Moon and Nia Jax. Jackson Moon defeated James and Fox. And we had Universal Champion Roman Reigns defending his title against Baron Corbin. And Reigns retained his championship.
So what do you think of Raw this week, then?
It wasn't anything special.
Cool. So now we move on to SmackDown.
What do you think of Raw?
I didn't watch Raw. I missed out on Raw this week. Did watch a bit of SmackDown. I saw a bit of Styles versus CN match. I thought those two men have got such great chemistry. I do hope they have a feud down the road. CN is such a great talent. He can work so well. And I love his aggression in the ring as well. And Styles countered the underhook DDT perfectly to win the match as well. I enjoyed that. And of course, there's other big news on SmackDown as well, weren't there?
No? What are we talking about? You're lying. You lie! Well, we started off with The Miz, of course, being a dickhead. Meh, 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 I'm great, I'm laugh, I'm good. Kofi Kingston went against Cesaro. Cesaro defeated Kingston. United States Championship match, Rusev versus Shinsuke fucking Nakamura. And you remember the Nakamura match that happened at Hell in a Cell? No,
he wasn't there, no.
No. Nakamura defeated Rusev, but after the match was the main talking point. English turned heel, laying out Rusev and standing tall as his frustration finally boiled over.
Terrible. What are your thoughts on it?
It was terrible. As we were saying during the Hell in a Cell pre-show, I'd hate to see Rusev Day, especially with the overness and how much greatness they was bringing into it. But, the match between Rusev and Nakamura was bloody good. And, the end of it was just the icing on top of the cake. As you mentioned, AJ Styles versus Andrade 311 boy Cien Almas the Great. Absolutely brilliant fucking match. As you say, Hamlock DDT was counted. The Styles rolled through, delivered the Styles clash and scored the hard-fought win. But after the match, again, Samoa Joe attacked, trying to send Styles into the steps, but AJ countered and sent Joe scurrying into the crowd.
And like we say, we know there's a rematch coming in Australia against those two. And we know the crown jewel. And this thing, we haven't got a proper pay-per-view coming up in a long time, so there's going to be a lot of filler on Raw and SmackDown now,
Indeed, yes.
Lynch's promo as well was quite good on SmackDown.
Well, as I was continuing saying, do you remember Oscar?
Yeah, I remember.
That woman that had that great undefeated streak, lost it in a pointless way and then didn't capitalise on anything. Well, she beat Billie Kay.
Billie Kay, iconics.
So she's certainly going up in the world from a great undefeated streak. And yes, we had Becky Lynch's coronation championship. Championship coronation. But take a shot. But Paige introduced a new women's champion, Becky Lynch, for her in-ring coronation, drawing a big pop from the Blue Brand faithful. Before the Lash Kick could say anything, Charlotte intervened and promised Paige she was not there to fight. I'm sorry, I stopped listening to you when I was the better woman, Lynch said in response to Charlotte giving her props for her victory. The Lash Kicker went on to say that she wanted to be recognised by a former friend as Queen. She threw a little something else that instigated a brawl between them. Lynch got the upper hand that ended the segment with a Bexplode, a suplex and a disarmer before closing out the broadcast with her title held high.
Yeah, fair play Becky Lynch. She gets her moment standing over Charlotte Flair. So final thoughts on Hell in a Cell and the whole week that was, Dan?
Again, it is going in the right direction. We've had some terrible pay-per-views recently and it is, it's starting to build up there. They just need a few more moments, a few more better matches, and a few less wasted opportunities, and I think it could be some perfect pay-per-views on the horizon.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's not been bad. It's been good, but not great. There's still another level to go there, and let's hope as we'll go towards Survivor Series and all the other little things we've got going on. Like I say, Mae Young Classic, Mixed Match Challenge, the Superdome show in Australia, Grand Jewel, and of course the Women's Only pay-per-view. There's so much going on at this moment. Our next podcast will be the WNR180. That'll be WWE versus WCW September 1998. We're going to have 3 Nitros and 3 Raws on that show. But until then, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins across all the Google platforms. Send us an email at WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. Come and find our page and give us a like with the WWE Network Review podcast. And come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, WWE Network Review Podcast. Podcasts go at the same time on YouTube. They do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
Don't forget to subscribe to our Music Maker Diddley on there. Spreaker Radio, we've got live shows coming in November. Stitcher Radio and iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate and review there. But that is it. I have been James Rollins, and as always joined by
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.